everybody. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. Start of another week. Gonna be hot out there today. Be careful. Heat warnings are all over the place. The Phillies lose the third game of a 3-game series with the New York Yankees. And I guess the most surprising thing about it is Zach Wheeler with a chance to lock down a sweep. We looked a little shaky for the second straight time. I'm not sure we should be worried about it. I think that maybe he over-evaluated the time that he wanted to spend resting to get ready for the second half of the year. And maybe he should have gone to the All-Star game and kept in a groove, but that's just me. He gave up 4 runs in the second inning yesterday. His last 2 starts, 11 innings pitched, 12 hits he's given up, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 hit by pitch yesterday. That's at 5 2/3 yesterday. 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 2 hit by pitch. Did not have the command that he normally has. Meanwhile, the Phil's first 5 hitters yesterday, 2 for 20. 0 for 4s for Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. I get the trading deadline looms this week. What will they do? I mean, I have no idea what they're going to do. But now Eugenio Suarez is in the picture. Here's the conclusion that I've come to. You need a bullpen piece. It would be nice if you got a bat as well. And I am willing to bite the bullet that if you get a bat, that you'll be weaker in left field. Like if you get Rooker from the A's, you're going to be weaker in left field. I'm okay with that. And if you get Suarez, you're going to be weaker in left field because Schwarber's got to play there. So I'm going to have to be okay with that. Right now, the Phillies need a bat and a bullpen piece. And I'm not one of these guys that says, well, you only need one. I think you need both to make it a full, complete run to a World Series title or even playing in the World Series. And that's that. So we'll see what they come up with this week. A very important week. And all the rumors, of course, we're going to have a let's fake a deal coming up at 11 o'clock, and maybe it involves one of the guys that I just mentioned. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it yet, but maybe it involves one of those guys. Brendan Gunn is with me today. Again, if you listen Friday, you know I hate this kid.
No helmet, ready to go, though.
Yeah, I hate him. So we're gonna have to wobble through 4 hours again as Ray Dunn is taking another day of vacation. Must be nice when you get Friday and Monday off. And
you get a Friday and a Monday off?
Friday and a Monday off.
Oh, look at this kid.
Kid's got clout.
Who does he know?
Yep.
Don't want to mess with him.
Dick Allen inducted in the Hall of Fame. Full disclosure, Dick Allen was my favorite player growing up. As a wee lad, Dick Allen, I never saw anything like him. He had these massive arms, these massive, strong hands and wrists, and he would flick balls out. He would drive balls 500 feet at Old Connie Mack Stadium, and he took a lot of heat during his career, especially in the minor leagues when the Phillies, idiots that they are, put him in the most racially charged environment you could possibly put him in, sending him to Little Rock, Arkansas. And then, of course, when he came up, everybody thought he had this militant attitude. The fact of the matter is this was a racist city and a racist organization for such a long time. And he was kind of the target for most of it. So he persevered. Now, whether his numbers are Hall of Fame numbers, I looked at him and I said, I have this weird thing about sluggers getting into the Hall of Fame that you really have to approach 500 home runs, and that's my fault. I don't extrapolate the numbers well enough to say this guy belongs in the Hall of Fame, this guy doesn't. I look at sluggers and I go, yeah, you got to get close to 500 home runs in this day and age. But he's in, and that's all good. Another Philly goes into the Hall of Fame, and from what I understand, the ceremony was very emotional. His wife spoke. All his family members were there. And this was a guy who had really crossed a lot of bridges and in the end, became a really good citizen by forgiving everybody that had abused him over the years and vice versa. I think a lot of people here are very happy that Dick Allen got into the Hall of Fame. So we'll talk about baseball issues, and we just heard Nick Sirianni highlights. Should I go over to Nick Sirianni takes? Stirring. It was stirring today.
A lot of good stuff?
A lot of good stuff, yeah. He said about Jalen Hurts, the ball doesn't hit the ground, which is good. Yeah, that's real good. It means he's getting the ball to receivers, making the right reads, all good. He said about Jalen Hurts, the ball doesn't hit the ground, which is good. Yeah, that's real good. It means he's getting the ball to receivers, making the right reads, all good. It means he's getting the ball to receivers, making the right reads, all good. He says the key is not resting on your laurels or looking too far ahead. Be where your feet are, which is an inspirational quote that a lot of people use these days. Be where your feet are. I try to do that every day. My feet sometimes get into the future. Sometimes my feet go backwards in the past. But as far as the Eagles go, you have to be where your feet are. You can't rest on your laurels, and you can't look too far ahead. Now, we can look far ahead. And when I look far ahead, I go, they're probably not going to have the same record as they had last year, but they're a good team and they're a Super Bowl contender. So that's where my feet are right now. How about yours, BG?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to do that. They don't have the gauntlet that they had in 2023, but that schedule's going to be tough. Can they get to 14 wins? Probably not. But the way I look at it is they should still be able to contend for that NFC East title, be the first team to do it since they did it from 2000 to 2004. They should go out there, win double-digit games, whether it's 11 or 12. I think that's the range where they're at right now. I think the over-under is 11.5. And I think they should contend for the 1 seed, especially with the Matthew Stafford news out there in L.A., that he's not up to snuff right now health-wise. I don't know who's going to contend for them as the 1 seed, but 14 wins, I don't know. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I see 11. I'm going under the 11.5 this year, but that doesn't deter me at all from thinking that the Eagles will get to the Super Bowl. Jalen Carter, he said he'll be out there today. All right, so Jalen Carter will be out there. Tyler Steen, everything is a competition. We're evaluating the 2s and 3s right now. Tyler has done a good job so far, which probably means that Tyler right now is the starter.
100%. He has to be the starter, especially with Kenyon Green starting the camp, not playing with the knee injury. Yeah. You don't lose a job to knee injury, but Tyler Steen's been here for, I don't know, 3 years now. It should be his job.
So get used to Tyler Steen being the starter, right guard. It's another position that we looked at and said, okay, that has to be solved, and it looks like he's got the edge up on that. A hot day today, but it's good for us to practice in this heat. We're going to have to play in this heat. At least early in the season, and some hot weather cities, the opponents that we play, and it all starts with us being in good shape. And one of the things, one of the ways you get in shape is that you sweat in the hot sun, baby.
Yeah, they got their calendar circled on that last week of September against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year. Jalen Carter had to leave the game same exact week with the cramps and all that. So I think that's what they're looking at now. Can they go out there and win week 4? We'll get to there when we get there. Our feet have to be in the present, as Nick Sirianni said.
That's correct. Be where your feet are. And the Sirianni quote of the day, we want to do the ordinary better than anyone else. There you go. CEO,
the
leader.
Ordinary.
Oh man, can you imagine what the afternoon show is going to do with that quote? Want to do
it's going to be their mantra all season.
Ordinary, better than anyone else. My man, Nick Sirianni. And 2 quick things to go into our first break of today. I don't understand a couple of things right now. I don't understand the acclaim on social media that the Savannah Bananas are getting. I don't understand the Savannah Bananas. I'll be the first to tell you that I don't get it. And I don't care how many fans they draw. They draw them as a novelty act and they bring a lot of kids to it. And it's kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters. You like it, but in the end of the day, you go, what did I really see? And then I got to be honest with you, I saw one of the worst movies I have ever seen over the weekend. Happy Gilmore 2.
Not good?
Oh my God, what a disaster. And I'm looking at social media, people praising it. I'm going, what in the hell is wrong with your eyes?
It's that bad?
Oh, good Lord. Now most people are going to say, it's okay. It was passable. Dude, don't get me started.
Now, do you think it could be good for somebody
What a waste of time.
If I grew up on that movie, do you think I would like the callbacks in it? Or is it just so bad?
First of all, I don't even want to give away the plot. But the woman who plays his wife could not have been the same one from the first one. She looks completely different. It's got to be a different person.
It's got to be, right? I've seen
the way I looked at it. I go, who? They're trying to, but they were flashing back to the original one. And it looked like a different woman playing the part.
Listen, you don't know these days. You never know.
All right, 610-632-0975. I know a lot of people liked it. I thought it was horrendous with a capital H. Mike Missanelli Show continues after this.
Hi, my name is Phil E.
It's 10:15. Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. I probably said two unpopular things. Savannah bananas sell out all over the place. I go, what? Why am I so different? What am I missing about the Savannah bananas that I look at and go, boy, that's really fun? Am I missing something?
Yes, dude, it's awesome.
I am. It's awesome.
It's fun to watch.
It's awesome.
I can toss that on, enjoy it.
God.
It's not that serious. Like I told you, I would rather watch that than, I don't know, like a random Marlins Rockies game that actually matters. I'd rather watch the Savannah Bananas pretty much over any team besides the Phils. Obviously, you got some good teams out there, the Dodgers, Yankees. Like, I'll watch them, Blue Jays right now, but
it explains so much about you. It really does.
I love fun. You hate fun?
This is fun.
How is the Savannah Banana? How are they not fun?
What is fun about making bastardization of America's pastime? How is that fun?
How is that a bastardization of America's
because it's
pastime?
a joke. They make it a joke.
It's not a joke.
They make the game a joke.
It's fun for kids. It's fun for the family.
Well, then just keep it at that. It's fun for kids.
I have fun watching it.
You're what are you, a kid? You're an adult.
Do I act like an adult?
No, you don't act like an adult. You're a weirdo.
I'm telling you, it's a good time.
All right. Okay. All right. So explain to me what you like about it. I'll sit here and listen. And also, come on, man. Happy Gilmore 2? Seriously, there are people that liked it?
Yeah, the YouTube chat saying, how are you not liking it? And the YouTube chat said it's the same woman.
What is wrong with you, Pete? It can't be the same woman. She looks completely different.
I thought she looked
like a different woman.
I thought she looked different in the trailer.
Can't be the same woman.
Apparently
she's had tremendous work done.
Like I said, you never know. That happens all the time now. They're saying they like the callbacks. It's not supposed to be that serious.
No kidding. Happy Gilmore 1 wasn't serious either, which I actually liked. Happy Gilmore. But this was just ridiculous.
I heard they overdid it with the cameos. Like Travis Kelce had to pop
every
up.
Scene was a cameo.
Like Eminem popped up.
Bad Bunny. Everything was a cameo.
I think it has a charm.
The golfers were a cameo. Of course, the golfers want to be in it because any movie about golf, they're in.
Yeah, what? DeChambeau was in it. Whatever.
They're all in it. Xander Schauffele's in it. Will Zalatoris is in it. They're all in it. They're all sitting at the table.
Was Scotty in it, or was he not fulfilled enough to be in it?
Scotty was in it.
Was that fulfilling? Being a Hollywood actor?
Freddie Couples was in it. The old Lee Trevino was in it.
That's a pure swing, Freddie Couples.
The old timers were in it.
I
don't know how they got them all to do the movie. Would they do it for free?
Probably.
Because they just wanted to be in it?
I would do it for free. It's Happy Gilmore. It's a classic.
The kid, the little kid who was I See Dead People was in it.
Haley Joel Osment?
Yes, he's now a short little fat kid with a beard.
He was in it?
Yes.
I haven't seen that guy since the
He was in it.
2000s.
He played like a golfer in the end.
Jesus. They really had anybody.
I swear to God. The list of cameos is unbelievable.
Anybody that was a name at one point in their life sounds like they were in this damn
Exactly.
movie.
They were in it. He threw them in there.
What would you rather watch
Margaret
again?
Qualley was in it.
You get 2
You know
hours
who
of your
Margaret
time.
Qualley is?
No.
she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's the cute little girl that he gave her a ride to. She's actually married to Jack Antonoff of the Bleachers.
Oh, yeah.
And she's the daughter of the other actress. Whatever. She's in it.
So you get locked in that studio, Mike. Someone says you have to watch this for 2 hours. You choosing the Savannah Bananas or Happy Gilmore 2?
I swear to God, I couldn't watch either of them.
Neither.
I couldn't watch.
How are you so out on the bananas?
I don't find it funny or fun at all. I don't understand.
You think they're making a mockery of it?
I don't. Baseball to me is a golden game, right? I don't want to see it mocked in any form, and this is a mockery of the game.
See, I think it's an ode to baseball.
It's not an ode to baseball. It's an ode to the Harlem Globetrotter style of entertainment. That's what it is.
Kids were out on baseball for the longest time. And now they got the bananas out there to watch.
That's not going to bring them back to baseball. It's going to bring them back to goofiness.
It's going to be
baseball goofiness is now what they're looking at. Oh, baseball's a joke. Let's get our stilts. We'll try to pitch. We'll try to catch the ball behind our back.
I did think it was funny, though. They tried to do the Saquon Barkley hurdle play. and they ended up hitting the batter on accident, but that's the way it goes. I mean, how do you not enjoy that? You see the little kids with the T-ball getting a home run. You got the gritty. You got Joey Chestnut out there doing a hot dog eating contest in the middle of a baseball game. There's
something wrong with you, man.
That's a good time. Something's wrong with you.
I know. I'm an old man. I love goofy stuff. Like, I liked Happy Gilmore 1. I liked it. I like his movies. I like Adam Sandler. This was horrendous. It was horrendous. It was a cheap ripoff of the original
I'm sure
one.
It wasn't cheap.
Where they had to embellish certain stuff. It made no sense.
I'm sure it wasn't cheap. I'll tell you that. I mean, just based on the cameos, I don't know if they did it for free, but it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad.
It's horrendous.
How?
I'm telling you, it's horrendous.
What you go into thinking it was going to be the Departed level film?
No, I thought it was going to be as amusing as the first one. It was not.
I think it was made
How do you start the whole thing? Spoiler alert. How do you start the whole thing where he kills his wife with an errant drive? How do you start a movie that way?
That's how it starts.
Yes.
He kills his wife with a bad drive.
With an errant drive.
And that's like the story of why he stopped golfing. Is that what it was? And then he comes back to it? Is that where this movie's going?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, I think this movie.
But there's still flashbacks to her during the whole movie. And I'm going, it's not the same girl.
YouTube chat saying it is.
It can't possibly be. She looks like it's a completely different face than the woman who was in the first woman in Happy Gilmore. Was very natural looking and pretty and perky.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen her in 30 years. It's like going to a high school reunion, and it's like, oh, that girl used to be all right back in the day. Now, lay off the McDonald's.
This woman looks good, but it's just not her. I think they tried to. I think they're trying to pawn off another person as her.
Listen, it could be. It very well could be.
All right. What's the text board saying? They're blasting me. Go ahead.
We got somebody checking in saying, Mike, you sound like a miserable today. You don't like Happy Gilmore 2. You don't like the Savannah Bananas. What did you enjoy about this weekend?
I had a great time. I played golf. I played baseball. It was a great weekend for me.
Play baseball?
Playing a baseball league, man.
Do you?
Yes. How do you not know this?
I did not know. That's awesome.
I'm still playing at my age.
Hell yeah.
In any event, I had a great weekend. When I sat down to watch Happy Gilmore, I said, what in the F is this? 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils failed to sweep. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. Yes, the Phillies failed to sweep yesterday against the Yankees. The Yankees spoiled that with a 4-3 win over the Phils. Zach Wheeler got the start yesterday, but he did not look like himself. He went 5 2/3 innings. He allowed 4 runs. He hit 2 batters. It just was not his day. Command-wise, the loss puts the Phils a game and a half behind the Mets for first place in the NL East standings. The Phils continue that road trip against the White Sox tonight. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound. First pitch is tonight at 7:40. On a positive note from yesterday, Phillies legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yesterday was a great speech. Check it out if you can. The Eagles continue training camp today, and one guy who could be the key to the season is new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every single starter on offense back really helps him out as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past. And you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
we'll continue to keep you updated on all the news coming out of training camp, including Jalen Carter, who Nick Sirianni spoke moments ago and said he's going to be out there on the practice field for the first time all training camp. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. This update was brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com now. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
10:28, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. I have to laugh. I really have to laugh. I'm so opposite most people's opinions on both the Savannah Bananas and Happy Gilmore 2. And I'm going, how could this possibly be? That there's such a disparity in opinion, objectively. Like, there's an objective standard here and there's a subjective standard when it comes to this kind of stuff. And the objective standard is both products stink. That's the objective standard. Subjectively, they're great because people
Just wrong.
Because people have different tastes.
That's just a wrong
I heard
take.
Kincade say today that the Savannah Bananas are more popular than the WNBA, or it's a better product than WNBA, something like that. And I'm going, well, yeah, they draw because they're a novelty act. If they played every day, do you think that people would come out? If they every day, if they played every day like a major league schedule or as often as the WNBA play, you think that the crowds would be? They're a novelty act. That's why they draw a lot.
I think if they went city to city like a circus, I think they'd sell out every single place they go.
Well, they're doing it infrequently. They're not playing every day.
If they were to pack it up and go to Boston after just coming to Philly this weekend, I think they're selling out Boston too.
Going to various cities, yes, they're going to sell out. What I'm saying is if they played an everyday major league schedule.
Like if they were the Phillies, like playing here all the time.
Yeah.
At some point, they'd wear
the novelty would totally wear off.
Yeah, 100%.
The Globetrotters couldn't play every day. They pick spots. Every now and then, they go on a tour. They play different cities.
Yeah, I mean, if they were playing in the same exact city every single night, no way. But that's part of it. Like, they're rare. It's hard to get tickets. You have to get on the wait list just to buy a damn ticket. It's not easy to get in there.
This is one of the strangest phenomenons I've ever seen in America.
Like, did you see the ballpark?
That there's a waiting list for tickets for the Savannah Bananas.
They're hard to get. Like, did you see the ballpark? It was jam-packed. I was waiting for the Citizens Bank ballpark record tweet to come out.
It's something that I do not understand. I will open my mind to try to understand it from people who like it, who see the product. I go, this is baseball. You can't make baseball the Globetrotters. You just can't do it.
But they are. Like, why can't you do it?
Because it doesn't work the same way.
It works better, apparently. Who cares about the stinking Globetrotters now? Nobody.
Oh, man. Dude, I don't know. Somehow you were born under a bad sign. I don't know what it is, man. All right, give me the text. The texts are going Happy Gilmore and the Bananas. We got one on the Eagles.
We got somebody checking in saying, I'm sure at one point when wiffle ball and softball came in to the world, old timers were saying it's bastardizing the sport as well. Let the Bananas live.
No, it's not. There's no pro wiffle ball. Come on. That's such a bad. Everybody played wiffle ball growing up.
Got somebody checking in saying, when did Mike become the unofficial guardian of the game? He said last week, baseball doesn't lend itself to fun. That's all you need to know because he's missing the most fun in baseball there is right now, the Bananas.
All right, well, then you don't like baseball. Simple as that. If you like the Bananas, you don't like baseball.
That's
so
not true.
You're not even interested in the Phillies season. That's what if you don't like real baseball, that's why you like the Bananas.
That's not true at all.
It's absolutely
That's
true.
Through 10 hoops.
Absolutely
that doesn't make any sense. Like, how do you get to that logic? How do you get to that conclusion? You don't like baseball?
Yeah, you don't like baseball. If you like the Bananas, you truly don't like real baseball.
There's just no way.
Like you're not a baseball man.
I'm a baseball's min.
No, you're not. If you like the Savannah Bananas, you're not.
Me and Shoeless Joe go way back.
Let me look at these cameos here.
In the meantime, we also got Mike is wrong about Happy Gilmore 2. It was never supposed to be an Academy Award-winning film. It's fun. It's classic. It has a lot of great callbacks. 2, Mike is right. The Savannah Bananas are dumb and a mockery of baseball. So you got a guy in the middle there.
Yeah, well. All right, so here's the cameos in Happy Gilmore. Steve Buscemi. He puts his wife in there as the dance instructor.
I never knew that was his wife, like in real life, until this week.
Ken Jennings, the host of Jeopardy. John Daly had a big role in it.
Shout out to him.
Uncle John Daly lives
drinking a DC.
Lives in his garage.
Iced Diet Coke.
Yeah. Kelsey Plum from the WNBA. And Eric Andre, the comedian who plays golf with him, and Margaret Qualley at the local muni. Dan Patrick, who's wearing a white-haired wig and a mustache.
Is there any normal actors in this?
Nancy Lopez, Nelly Corda are in it. Let's see. Ben Stiller, obviously, who was in the.
Oh, he comes back. See, that's funny.
back.
I guarantee that's funny.
There's
He comes back as that mean
There's
nurse.
absolutely nothing funny about Ben Stiller.
A callback to that guy.
Nothing.
He was a J.O. to his grandma.
And
now he's coming back.
He's still a J.O., but he leads an Alcoholics Anonymous organization.
It's making me laugh.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay, all right. Paige Spirinak's in it. The Buxy woman's golfer.
All the commercials
She's
and all
a big
that.
sporting good employee. John Lovett. Dennis Dugan, the original director of the Tour Championship, Doug Thompson. Tour Champion pros, already? This is the Tour Champions dinner. So here's who made cameos in it. Fred Couples, Nick Faldo, Jack Nicklaus, Corey Pavin, Lee Trevino are all seated at the table. And then another table, there's Jordan Spieth, Xander Schauffele, Ricky Fowler, Keegan Bradley, and Colin Morikawa.
How does Ricky Fowler keep popping his ugly head into these cameos? The guy's been relevant in 10 years.
Travis Kelce as a jackass waiter.
That's what he is.
Bad Bunny. Vern Lundquist was rolled back in there.
See, Uncle Vern's in it. How can you not love it?
Tour Championship players, Tony Finau, Will Zalatoris, Justin Thomas, Bubba Watson, Scheffler, DeChambeau, Rory, and Brooks Koepka.
Did they have Koepka and DeChambeau go at it?
No.
That's no fun.
Kevin Nealon, Rob Schneider with the "You Can Do It."
Oh, Rob Schneider's in it.
He does that. You can do it.
Bite his freaking head off.
Yeah, Marcelo Hernandez from Saturday Night Live. Stephen A. Smith.
Your guy.
Yeah, Stephen A. has a cameo. Boban Maranovic. Boban Maranovic plays the son of that tall, monster-looking guy
As It Lies.
who was his fan.
Yeah, Play It As It Lies off his boot.
Exactly, and he goes streaking naked.
How does that not sound like a great idea to you? That sounds awesome.
Post Malone,
That's cinema.
Guy Fieri, Eminem.
See, Eminem was the guy who was like, hey, shooter, you jackass. Like, that's who Eminem was. He was supposed to be that guy who keeps yelling at Happy Gilmore.
Oh, is that who he was?
Yeah, he was that guy. Who would like yell in the woods, Shooter McGavin hired him. That's who he was supposed to be.
All right.
It's a classic. That sounds like a good waste of 2 hours. It's brain rot. It's no good for you, but it sounds good.
Fantastic. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Rick, who likes the Savannah Bananas. Rick, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Mikey boy, my boy.
How you doing?
You know, I play at baseball league in Easton. I'm older than you. I have season tickets, partial plan to the Phillies. Love baseball. I'll watch the Yankees when they play the Mets. But, Mike, the Savannah Bananas don't have to play 5 days during the week. They can play on the weekends. They are the WWE. You know I'm a wrestling guy. You know I love amateur wrestling. NCAA wrestling is boring until we change the rule book. The WWE sells out. You know who's going to win before they wrestle? They sell out every place they go. UCF, Dana White, is now worth $500 million because he put wrestling in an octagon and allowed punching. Savannah Bananas sell wherever they go. They sell out. They don't think it's replacing baseball. It never will. It is what they are. They're entertainment. When the Phillies sell out, 45,000 fans, there's still 2,000 or 3,000 seats that are not taking. My daughter went Sunday. Every seat in that building was occupied. It is what it is. It's entertainment.
I'm not denying that people go to it. If it's the WWE of baseball, I want nothing to do with it. I don't want baseball. I don't want WWE baseball. Baseball shouldn't be WWE. Baseball is baseball.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question. Could you, if you played second base and you were a hell of a second baseman at Penn State, we played against each other at Westchester, let me tell you something. Can you throw the ball behind your back? Can you throw a seed behind your back near the bag?
If I trained enough, I could.
I don't know.
Who cares? Why would I want to do it? Why? That's the point. Why? Because it's different?
In a serious game, you would not, but you have to.
Well, that's what I want. Baseball,
to
me, is a serious game. It's not meant to be junked up.
I agree, but
some people go. I don't understand the Globetrotters either. People go. I know people go for this kind of goofy stuff, but it lends itself more in basketball than it does to baseball.
I get it, Mike. I get it. They have 3 million viewers on Saturday night, and they're going to continue to grow. Hey, Mike,
good for them. I don't care. I don't care how many people watch it. I'm asking why they watch it.
Because it's fun entertainment. Mike, they're going to play baseball in February in the Caribbean, and they already have 3 cruises booked to see them.
You're missing my point.
Genius.
I don't understand the phenomenon of the whole thing. I don't get it. What are you getting out of it? 610-632-0975 is how you climb into the show. I don't get it. I understand that people go. I don't know why people go. It's Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philly fan.
Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Summertime. You talk about a lot of stuff. There's not depressing stuff going on, except if you're worried about the Phillies and Zach Wheeler. If you're worried about Ranger Suarez, all of a sudden this starting rotation, you go, well, they'll be fine. Wheeler will be fine. I don't know why he hit this rut. Maybe too much leisure time off during the All-Star break. Got him unsharp. But they're fine, and they're concentrating on this week on making a deal. And now, let me just say, I don't want Lewis Robert. There's all this fear. Well, it changes scenery. Tanner Banks spoke out for him. Yeah, it changes scenery. He's got 4 tools. Yeah, you're hitting 219. And I know you're with a bad team, and it beats you down, playing every day with the White Sox. I get it. But he hasn't hit in a long time. So I don't think that's really an upgrade. we'll see if they do make the upgrade. Let's go back to the text board. Brandon Gunn.
Yeah, we got James Doyle checking in, saying
James Doyle owns the Knicks.
not
Checking
that
in?
guy.
No?
That guy's he's a horse's ass. That guy.
What? He's horse's ass. How do you know?
He's always just causing a
you,
ruckus.
you had a bad experience with him?
Nah, I just remember him from growing up. Always
you
doing
hang
something.
out with James Dolan
He
circles?
banned, what's his name? Charles Oakley from there for no reason. I can't get on board with that. He's a legend.
Anyway, he's checking in on the text
Yes,
board.
we got him checking in. He says, if you like the Savannah Bananas, then you don't like baseball. That's terrible logic. So Shane Victorino, who played for the Savannah Bananas over the weekend, doesn't like baseball. Come on, Mike.
Shane Victorino was lured into it with a price, and he thought it would be fun because it was here. What does he have to lose by playing in it? His career's over. He's now just having fun.
He's always having fun. So you admit it's fun. You admit it's
I
fun.
don't think it's fun at all. I really don't. I don't find any fun with it whatsoever. But if he finds that he wants to, if he thinks it's fun, knock yourself out. I just would like to understand why a former major league player would think that would be fun.
Because you're out there swinging the bat, living your glory days, having a good time. We also got somebody checking in saying if the Savannah Bananas product wasn't good, it wouldn't draw the amount of people that it does. Mike, you sound like a moron today. I love you, but you're not understanding the marketing at all. It's exactly like a concert.
I understand the marketing. I'm just saying I don't agree with the marketing. I think it's a fool's errand. I really do. They put on some kind of nonsense show and people flock to it. To me, it's against all tenets of the sacred game of baseball.
God forbid somebody tries to enjoy themselves for a few hours, laugh, smile, maybe with their kids, maybe as an adult. It doesn't matter. Why do you
now we're
sound
getting
like
to
the
the
old man
crux.
yelling at the cloud?
Okay, it's the old man yelling at the cloud. The old man get off my lawn. The whole bit. No. If you want to take your kids and it's cheap for the kids, it's just like going to the Jersey Shore boardwalk. All right. If you want to do that and you think that's a cheap form of entertainment for your children, that's fine. Knock yourself out. I just don't get it. The kids don't know any better. They're going to like anything. Adults look at it and go, that's cool? All right.
Mike, you sound like a wet blanket today.
I know.
The Bananas are bad. Happy Gilmore's bad. What is left for you to complain about?
Happy Gilmore was horrendous. Not just bad, horrendous. Objectively speaking, it was horrendous. From a moviegoer standpoint, it was horrendous. There was nothing entertaining about Happy Gilmore 2. And I liked 1. And I like Adam Sandler.
You got
You got 4 delinquent sons who do D jokes, the whole thing. I get it. All right, you raised 4 oafs. And you got a pretty daughter who wants to go to the ballet school, and you need the money because you peed it all away.
You also got somebody checking in saying, Mike, you're starting to sound like your arch enemy. Hopefully you don't get banned from any stadium soon. How do you not like the Bananas, and how do you not like Happy Gilmore?
Hey, you like the Bananas? Knock yourself out. I save my affection for games of skill. Major League Baseball to me is a game of skill. I save my affection for that.
What's more of a mockery of baseball, the Bananas or having a player pitch? Position player pitch.
They're all on the same level.
Same level.
Yeah. They're on the same level. I hate when position players. I would ban that entirely. What are you missing here? I hate the fact that some position player has to lob balls in. Makes
nonsense.
I hate anything that makes the game look like a joke. Okay? That makes the game look like a joke. The Savannah Bananas make the game look like a joke.
How do the Bananas make the game look like a joke?
The whole thing's a joke. The whole presentation is a joke.
Presentation, it's bringing multiple millions of eyeballs on the game that they've been lacking for decades.
Question. You didn't ask me about the millions of eyeballs. You said, how is it a joke?
It's not a joke. No one's taking it that serious.
They make the game a joke.
No one's taking the Bananas that serious. I'm not going into it thinking I'm watching Babe Ruth.
It's a joke.
It's a good
That's what
time.
I'm saying. Just admit it's a joke of the game of baseball.
It's not a joke. The baseball's not the punchline. Like, you're acting like baseball's the punchline.
Baseball is the punchline.
No way.
It is exactly the punchline.
It's celebrating the game.
It's celebrating it how? What are you celebrating by junking it up like that?
They're
You're
not
not celebrating?
Yes, they are. They're having a good time doing stuff.
Did you go?
Did I go?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
It was down the shore. It was night in Venice. It was a great time this weekend down in
Oh,
OC.
so it went right in your city and you didn't go.
It's hard to get
special
tickets.
for you.
I didn't win the wait
Hard to get
list.
tickets. I could have made one call and got you tickets if you would have asked me.
Why don't you speak up on Friday?
I would have got you tickets.
I
I made
loved
one
tickets.
phone call, and now you and your little buddies can go watch Joke Ball.
Get an autograph. Get a nice little baseball bat with some
Let's
ice cream
get
in
John in Abington in here. John, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, John?
Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm fantastic, John.
I just love when you scream, man. That's so cool. I love when you get it out like that. I know you try to get your point across. But the bottom line is, Mike, it's another avenue, another way of entertainment for people to just get out there, forget about everything else that's on their mind with the floods and the fires and everything else that's going on in this country, to go down there and have an outlet to just laugh and have fun. That's all. You don't have to understand it. I'm just telling you that I'm 68 years old and I enjoy it. Okay?
Yeah,
So,
I don't get it. You know why? You know what I think about? I think about all the people that are in the minor leagues that are striving to get up to a major league level, that are working their ass off trying to
Stop.
get
You don't
there,
even like
and I
Otto-
see
you don't even
see
like
these
Otto Kemp.
people get
You don't even
55,000
like
people.
Otto Kemp. You broke his stones.
Yeah, because he's not a major league player, but that doesn't mean I don't respect.
Why is he up? Everybody got to get a chance. I get it, but these guys are college kids that are going in and having fun. They're not even. Let me tell you something, Mike. They're not getting paid like ball players. Do you know what their salary is?
They're probably getting paid more than minor league guys.
They get peanuts. They get less.
What are
than
minor
mine.
league
Look
guys
it up.
getting?
Google it.
What are minor league
Google
guys
it.
getting, John?
Same
Google
thing.
me.
Like
Okay,
it's
that's what I'm
listen,
saying. They were playing real ball,
You have a
trying to
choice to
scrape
get
their
behind a
testicles to get up
microphone.
to the major leagues, and these guys
I get
were
you.
making a mockery of the game that they're trying
Don't
to
get mad 'cause
master.
we don't agree with Michael. Don't get mad because we don't agree with you.
Oh, I don't agree with you.
It's just a matter of opinion. That's all it is.
And I
It's
don't
your
agree with you,
opinion
and I'm
against
totally
everybody
and I'm
else.
totally mad at you.
I love you, man. You're the best. I love you.
All
That's why
right, John. There you go. All right, good. I understand. It's another way for entertainment to forget about your troubles. You go to the major league game, and it's not as serious, and it's fun for the kids. And there's a guy on stilts, and he pitches. And there's another guy who catches the ball behind his back. Oh, that's so fun. And then he throws behind his back. Let me tell you something. You know how many times I've thrown behind my back from second base to first base?
Listen, our left fielder is going to be looking
not
like he
that
should be playing for the
difficult.
Bananas in a week or two. You put Schwarber out there, he's going to be falling and stumbling all over the place.
What is the point of throwing behind your back to first base? There's no point to it.
It's a great
610-632-0975 back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils failed to sweep in New York. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. Yes, the Phillies' attempt for a sweep over the Yankees over the weekend was spoiled yesterday with the 4-3 loss. Zach Wheeler got the start. He did not look like himself. He never had that command all day long. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings. The loss puts the Phils a game and a half back of the Mets for first place in the NL East standings. The Phillies continue their road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound tonight. First pitch is at 7:40. On a positive note from yesterday, Phillies legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Eagles continue training camp today, and one guy who could be key to the season is new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every starter on offense opens up a lot going into 2025.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past. And you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
we'll continue to keep you updated on every single story coming out of the NovaCare complex, like Jalen Carter is going to be on the practice field today, Nick Sirianni said in his press conference earlier this morning. This update was brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best Birds coverage in Philadelphia, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
10:56, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5. I think calmer music takes us into this segment. So Dick Allen goes into the Hall of Fame. I do have a Dick Allen story. In addition to, like all of us when we grew up, who were in my age group, he was the most phenomenal player that the Phillies had. And in 1964, they almost made a run. We all know that story, how they collapsed a whole bit. So he was a lot of people's heroes, at least for the people who weren't racist. Dick Allen was a hero in this town to many kids growing up. So years later, I was invited to play in this this fantasy camp in Cape May, New Jersey, with ex-Yankee and ex-Philly players. It was a combined camp of ex-Yankees and ex-Phillies. It was run by a guy. It was like a weekend camp. Like Friday you checked in, Saturday you played, and I think Sunday you played. I'm not sure. But I roped a double in the left center field gap. Dick Allen was on my team. He didn't play, but he was like coaching. And I get back in the dugout. I scored, and I got back in the dugout. And Dick Allen comes over next to me, and he says, "Did you play ball?" And I go, "Yeah, I played in college." He goes, "You got a good swing." Dick Allen telling me I had a good swing.
That had to be awesome.
It was awesome. Now, I have two other stories that I'll tell in the 11 o'clock hour that involved Joe Pepitone and former Yankee catcher Rick Cerrone.
They telling you have a nice swing as well?
And a pitcher named Mike Torres. I've told this story many times before that these are all true stories that I will tell a little later. They were ex-Yankees, and they were a pain in the ass. All three of them.
Were they?
Yes. Rude, crude.
Oh, just not good people.
Oh, well, I'll get to the story. It takes a long time to tell the story, so I know we're coming up against the let's fake a deal. That's coming up soon. So in the meantime, 610-632-0975. The Yankees stink, by the way.
See, that pitching staff's awful.
I'm looking at the Yankees over the weekend. I go, how are they getting away with this team thinking that they're a World Series team? Like they're not close to a World Series team.
That starting rotation didn't look up to
Their
snuff. That
lineup's not that
bullpen didn't
good
look
either.
up to snuff. That lineup's not good.
Their
They made a
lineup's
couple
not
of
that
moves,
good.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
can't hit in various positions.
I'm looking down the AL, and the Tigers are on a tailspin right now,
Yeah, they
too.
are.
Like, who's out there in the American League? Like, is the National League it? Is that what the Phillies have to get through?
I think if the Phillies get to the World Series, they got a good chance to win it.
Like, that's the way I'm looking at it now.
So that's why they got to make moves this week.
We'll see.
All right, it's 11 o'clock. You're listening to the Mike Missanelli Show. It's WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station, and we broadcast every day live here from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. It's 11 o'clock, and we've been doing this every day for the last couple of weeks, and it's called Let's Fake a Deal.
It might be a bullpen pitcher. It could be an outfielder. Or what if it's both? Let's find out on Let's Fake a Deal. Here's your host, the 17th Assistant General Manager of the Phillies, Mike Missanelli.
Yes, I may be 17 on your scorecard, but I'm number one in their hearts at the boardroom, at the front office of Philadelphia Philly Baseball. So here's our Let's Fake a Deal segment. This is a deal that either you're on or off of, and I can't imagine why anybody would be off. The Phillies acquire Eugenio Suarez, who's got 36 home runs and an 898 OPS with 87 RBIs.
First in the bigs with the RBI.
Third baseman who won't play third base here. The Diamondbacks would acquire Mick Abel and outfielder Griffin Burkholder, the 11th ranked Phillies prospect. That is a stone steal.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you kidding me?
And they were out there in Lehigh Valley on Friday scouting Mick Abel. I think that's the guy they have their eyes on right now. Unfortunately, Abel did not show up in that game. But I went back and forth. You would do this deal. If I threw Alec Boehm, they asked for him back. Do you do that?
No, he's a rental though, Suarez, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Yeah, I can't throw Boehm in there for a rental.
No.
But this deal, is this a realistic deal?
Yeah.
I mean, could this be realistic?
That was a mock deal I saw online.
Really?
Yes.
Eugenio Suarez for Mick Abel and Griffin Burkholder?
Because it comes back. Some people just had a Mick Abel one for Suarez straight up. Like, it's hard to come to it. Apparently, they asked the Yankees for a big leaguer right now, so that's why the idea of Alec Boehm's being thrown out there today.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are going to lose 2 starting pitchers, so I guess Mick Abel would replace that, and he would grow with the franchise, and maybe make sense there, but certainly I would think they could give more for Suarez, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they would have to go into they would have to get the Cubs and the Phils go back and forth trying to up the deal. The issue is if the Yankees are out on him, which it sounds like the talks with them stalled, I don't know who the Phils would be competing against there. Just maybe the Cubs. Maybe the Mariners, too, want to get back involved out there. They just got Naylor at first base from Arizona. Maybe they try to get him at DH or third base. But I don't know who the Phils are competing against there that's going to drive up the price.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. It's going to be tough. I mean, but you add this guy to the lineup, either way, you get Trey Turner, you get Schwarber, Harper, and then Suarez. Top of your order right there is ready to go. I don't know how, so you value the bullpen arm more than the bat.
Yeah, I value the bullpen arm a lot more than the bat. I don't know where the bullpen is going. I can't. I don't have any security except right now for Kerkering and Strom, and I need more than that if I'm going to try to win playoff games. I can't count on my starting pitching getting through 7 innings. They're pretty much 6-inning guys at this point. You got to get outs in the 7th and 8th.
Is there a bullpen arm out there that's realistically going to be moved at the deadline that can change anything?
I don't know.
Or is Suarez that guy that can change something?
There probably is. I don't know. If it's just Suarez, I'll live with it. But you also have to live with the fact that you're going to have to play Kyle Schwarber in left field, which is right now, I guess I got to be okay with anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you add him to this. I feel like you're walking a tight line either way because I don't think you're getting a bullpen arm that's going to matter. You're not getting Duran from the Twins. He's probably not moving. Mason Miller's probably not moving. Clase's probably not moving. You can get like a Hensley or whatnot from St. Louis, but he'll be all right. But either way, you're still not going to be comfortable with him.
They need to make a deal. If it's only one of the 2 needs, I have to live with it. But any deal they make is going to improve their chances. Right?
I mean, it should 100% improve their chances. I think this is the move that can move the needle the most. You go out there with a Christopher Sanchez and a Zach Wheeler at the top of your starting rotation. In any series, you're fine there. You get a bat with the lineup. You get the lineup looking like Trey Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Suarez right there. You can move everybody down. Cassie goes to 5. JT's swinging the bat hot now. It moves all those guys down. I think you have a better shot of walking that tightrope with the starting rotation and a lineup that has a battery of those guys at the top than maybe getting a middle-of-the-pack bullpen arm.
Yeah. By the way, why don't the Savannah Bananas play every day, every night in Savannah? Why? That's their home park, isn't it?
Why would they?
Why wouldn't they?
Because people are paying millions.
Oh, okay.
They're gathering millions at gates.
In other words, they're only a once in a couple of months type of organization.
I would say a couple of times a month organization.
Let's go to Andrew in Lehigh Valley. Wants to talk about him. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hello, Andrew. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I'm not going to get you fired up because I kind of agree with you.
I'm done being fired up because I'm going to be fired up for the next 3 hours with this idiot producer I have. But anyway, go ahead.
I am not a fan of the Bananas. I live in the Lehigh Valley. We have season tickets to the Iron Pigs, and they like a spinoff was recently just there. They're called the Party Animals. We don't go. I have a 7-year-old who is in love with the game, plays it spring and fall. But anyway, I won't even let him really watch it because, you know, I don't need him to learn how to catch a fly ball doing a backflip at the same time. I would prefer him learning to catch a fly ball, period. You know, so as a father, and tell me if I'm out of line with it, I don't expect my kid to be a major leaguer, but, you know, you want
him to learn the game the right way.
I do, yeah, and to still appreciate.
In other words, you don't want to be that little creep from Jersey who threw the bat 20 feet in the air, got thrown out of the game, then got suspended for next game, and had his father go to court. You don't want that.
I really would rather not have that, Mike.
Okay,
no.
I got you.
But that's where I'm at with that, and I'm like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather take him to a Phillies game than a Bananas game any day of the week, but. it is what it is. One thing I want to say is, I don't know if this drove you as crazy as me yesterday. First and second, no outs. Rohan looks at, Boss looks at 3 pitches. What do you think?
Well, I don't like him. As you know, I'm not a big Rojas fan at all, although he did make it. That's funny because that throw is really not the throw he should make. It should be more of a line drive so that you can decide whether you're going to cut it or not. He rainbowed and airmailed it to the plate, and JT Realmuto made him look good by making a great athletic play with a snatch, leap high in the air snatch, bring it down, tag the guy. I thought that Bellinger made it easy for him to make that play because Bellinger came slide with his body up. Like if you do a lay down slide, there's no way he tags you there.
No, that was an athletic play there. That was incredible.
It was, but he came in like an L.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't come in like an L on that play. You got to go full
guys don't always
body
slide
down
anymore. Like it is an issue.
All right, 610-632-0975. On the other side, Joe Pepitone, Mike Torres, and Rick Cerrone. 3 idiots. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Do you feel unfulfilled during...
Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. 610-622-0975. That's how you get in by text or by telephone. All right, so I already mentioned that years ago. I forget how many years ago it was, but I was working for another radio station. We used to have a thing called the Radiothon, and people would call in and bid on items that we had. Well, a guy bid $3,500 to have me participate in this pro fantasy camp that he was having in Cape May, New Jersey, that put together ex-Phillies and ex-Yankees. Oh, for charity. I go, yeah, absolutely, I'm in. Would you play in the camp? I go, yeah, sure. Make a $3,500 donation to the charity, I'm in. So a guy calls me, he goes, all right, listen, we're all going to be holed up at this hotel. I forget what the hotel was. Because come in Friday night, you can meet some of the players, hang out, blah, blah, blah. So I go Friday night. I clock in there about 10 o'clock. And the players are in there, and there's been a lot of drinking going on at the time I arrive. So I'm talking to some of the guys that were running the camp, and who do I see coming walking over? But former Major League pitcher Mike Torres. Now, you got to know the backdrop of the Mike Torres story. He was a Major League pitcher for a long time for the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. And in 1975, he gave up one of the most famous home runs ever hit in a one-game playoff between the Red Sox and the Yankees. I think it was 75. You might want to check on that, Deacon. One-game playoff for the pennant. It was at Fenway Park. He gave up a 3-run homer over the Green Monster to Bucky Dent, a light-hitting shortstop who used to choke up on the bat. And it was the quintessential blow in the game that made the Yankees win the game. And to the point where in New York, or in Boston, Bucky Dent was therefore known as Bucky Bleeping Dent. It was such a shocking home run. So Torres now is in the bar, and I see him walking over to me. I go, that's Mike Torres. He comes over and he says hello to the people who are running the camp, and he turns to me and he goes, "Who are you?" And I go, "I'm nobody. I'm just a media guy who's going to be playing in this camp tomorrow." He goes, "Oh, you're one of those media jackasses, huh?" And I go, "Oh, well, now I'm going to have trouble with this guy." And I could tell he's a little bit hammered. So I'm trying to play it off finally. And he's going on and on. He says, "You ever play ball?" And I said, "Yeah, I played in college." He goes, "College ain't nothing." And I go, "Okay." He goes, "Let me ask you a question. You think you can hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball?" Now, I think I'd been in my 30s. I was still playing in leagues. But I go to him. I go, "Nah, probably not at this stage of my life." He goes, "Well, I'll tell you what. You think you can hit an 85-mile-an-hour fastball?" And I thought about it. I look at him and I go, "Yeah, I think I can." And he goes, "Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to throw you an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, and then I'm going to bend your ass in half with a slider." Now, at that point, I had it. So I turn to him and go, "I'll tell you what, Mike. Why don't you throw that piece of crap you threw to Bucky Dent in 1975?
You told that to him?
Yes. And the bar went silent.
Just dead silent. Crickets?
Well, dead silent. He went silent. He was stunned beyond belief, and he just turned and walked away.
He left? No remarks for him? Oh, my God.
The next day, he never pitched in the camp. And, in fact, he had no recollection of the conversation.
That's what I would stick to, too. That would be my story.
Now, this camp goes on, and I refer to Joe Pepito, who you probably never heard of.
No.
But Larry David, who on Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Seinfeld,
and Seinfeld brings his name up all the time. Apparently, was Larry David's favorite Yankee, right? He was this tall, left-handed guy who looked like he wore a wig, but he had this long hair that looked like a wig. And so he's in the camp, and he could not have been more of a jerk.
Just not a good guy?
He busted everybody's chops obnoxiously, and he's trying to launch these home runs off these pitchers who are 56-year-old insurance guys. He was a big deal. He's trying to hit tape measure home runs, and so he finds out I'm a media guy, and he's busting my wagon the whole camp.
Oh man!
And so I'm going back and forth with him and this Rick Cerrone, who was a former Yankee catcher. And if I turned to Cerrone once, and I go, Cerrone, for a mediocre player, you got a lot of mouth. So I'm going back and forth with Pepitone. And at the end of the camp, he comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, Mike, you want me to sign a ball for you?" And I don't want a ball from him, right?
No.
But I'm trying to be polite.
Say yeah.
And I go, "Sure, Joe. Yeah." And so he gets the ball and he writes, My best bleeping wishes, ass bleep.
On the baseball?
On the baseball. I still have it today. I'll bring it in.
I got to see this tomorrow. Bring it in. Now, what the? Why do they hate the media so much? Especially a guy from
see, when you've been in the media longer, you know that this is how players can act. They can act obnoxious about certain
at a kids' camp?
It wasn't a kids' camp. It was an adult camp.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fantasy camp.
But for what, though?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a good time.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Miserables.
Yeah, we're miserables. Let's go back to the phones. We got Paul in New Jersey. Paul, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Paul.
Hey, Mike. How you doing,
up,
buddy?
Paul, how you doing?
Great. Hey, I just want to say thank you for saving Philly radio, man, for coming back.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. But Philly radio's doing fine.
My thing is, I don't think that Dave Dombrowski is going to do anything as far as making a big splash. And none of you guys have really talked about that scenario.
No, I have, actually. I have. Last week I said, if the best he can do, this is why it worries me that they signed David Robertson. If the best he could do is David Robertson and then try to tell people that that's enough, I'm going to be very upset. Because I would have never signed him in the first place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, would that be a violation if he doesn't do anything?
Yes.
As far as making a big trade?
Yes. His job is to improve the team. By objective measures, and Paul, you can tell me if you agree, are they good enough to win the World Series right now with this current team?
No.
Yeah, that's like we agree with that. He has to then agree with it, right? If we agree with it, he has to agree with it. So it's incumbent upon him to improve the team in 2 spots and at least 1 spot, So that's got to happen.
Now, Mike, would you agree that he failed the team after they lost the World Series to the Astros, that he should have done something that very next year to get us right back again? And the last 2 years, he hasn't made a big move at all.
The Arizona Diamondbacks was a fluke. I can't look back at that and say he was delinquent. The guys didn't hit at the same time. They should have never lost to the Arizona Diamondbacks. That team was good enough to beat the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, last year they caught a hot team at the Mets. I don't know. I look at it like this year they're delinquent in certain areas. Their bullpen has not been good enough. It has not been contender caliber bullpen.
No, you're right.
So yeah, he's got to do something in the next couple of days, bro. I've got to tell you. He's gonna if he doesn't, it's fair criticism. I mean, really, let's face it. If he does nothing more than David Robertson, he has let this team down. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show. 1978 was when that happened?
78.
Yeah, it was 1978. I apologize. That Bucky Dent hit the magical home run off of Mike Torres. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils failed a sweep in New York. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. Yes, the Phillies' attempt for a sweep was spoiled by the Yankees yesterday. The Phils lost 4-3. Zach Wheeler got the start, but he did not look like himself. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings. He hit a few batters. Was not his best day command-wise. The loss puts the Phils a game and a half behind the New York Mets for first place in the NL East standings today. The Phils continue their road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound tonight. First pitch is at 7:40. On a positive note from yesterday, Phil's legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Eagles continue training camp today, and one guy who could be key for the season is new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every single starter back on offense definitely opens up a lot as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past. And you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
we'll continue to keep you updated on every single story coming out of the NovaCare Complex and training camp right here on The Fanatic. This update was brought to you by Audible. If you're stuck in traffic, why not unleash your adventurous side? Audible delivers thrills of all kinds with audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com now. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
They show. Hot out there. Relax. Chill out. Stay in the air conditioning. This just in. Cooper DeJean was voted the 60th best player in the NFL per the NFL Network Players Poll. It's a little high for him, isn't it?
I thought that's very high. Like, I love Cooper DeJean.
This kid is getting the hype, man. You gotta love him.
He's embracing it, too.
He really is. Good for him.
60th best player in the NFL?
60th best player. I got to say, do we have the full list?
Not yet. They're revealing it day by day.
Revealing it day by day. What do we have so far?
I think Myalata's made it on it.
Yeah?
I'll get the rest of the list up for you. Give me a sec.
The rest of the list, yeah. All right, 610-632-0975. Let's go to our pal, truck driver Reggie, who is in Iowa right now. Where in the world is Reggie? He's in Iowa. What's up, Reg?
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good morning, Reggie. How you doing?
All right. I had my weekend Thursday and Friday. How was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good. Played good golf. Played good baseball. Got hurt my knee, but I'm limping around today. But I'm good.
All right. I'm on your side again. I'm enjoying saying that when the others say, "Well, you know."
I know. I'm the get off my lawn guy. I'm always the get off my lawn guy. No. There's an objective standard here.
Yeah. But normally, not normally. Adam Sandler, to me, I watched Waterboy. Thoroughly enjoyed that movie. But then when I saw previews of the movies that came after that, to me, he had no growth in character. The movie changed the names, but he was the same. So I've never watched any of those other ones. Happy Gilmore, the whatever other name. And so...
Listen, the premise of Happy Gilmore was fun, the first one, right? I think you force a sequel and you try to change the storyline. You try to come up with a storyline, and the storyline involves live golf now, and that's why PGA guys were involved in it, the whole bit. And then he tried to put a sentimental touch in it with the wife. But I'm telling you, I sat through it. I'm going, oh my God, I wasted 2 hours of my life. I wasted it. I'll never get him back.
Right. And then, I worked when I was active duty. I sat next to a guy also named Reggie, Sergeant Reggie Cook. And one thing he told me that was so funny, and it's true, he said, when questions come up that can't be answered, he said 3 letters, consider the source. So when you were asking, how can they do their reviews? How can people enjoy that movie when you said it wasn't good? Mm-hmm. And then any other times where when the guys call in and say, I normally agree with you, but I just consider the source. Yeah. I go, consider the source. That's the easy.
No, listen, man, I don't begrudge people. Subjectively, they liked it. Whatever was in it that made them like it, knocked themselves out. But I try to judge movies objectively, right? For instance, I'll give you an example. People say I hate Tom Hanks. I don't hate him, but when you miscast him as a hitman in a decent movie called Road to Perdition, objectively speaking, that's ridiculous.
Right. I don't like him either. I only watched him in, and it's a funny movie. One of the Wayans brothers was in it. The Lady Killer. He played the leader of this.
I never saw The Lady Killer. You add that to the list. He's done a lot of lemons. Tom Hanks is a great Sleepless in Seattle type of actor.
I only like him in Toy Story. I haven't liked any of his other movies.
And no, he was good. He had 2 dramatic portrayals that were both good. One was Saving Private Ryan. The other one was Philadelphia. Both
that was good.
Both really
Denzel,
good performances.
Yeah.
Now, the Forrest Gump thing, I've always maintained that if I did a stupid voice, I could play
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny. All right, so Adam Sandler. Billy Madison, a lot of people like. See,
Classic.
I like the silliness of his movies sometimes, right? I like Billy Madison. I liked Happy Gilmore. I like The Wedding Singer. I like The Waterboy. Now, he's done some terrible movies. Now, where he came up as a dramatic portrayal, people like Spanglish and Punch Drunk Love.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, Punch Drunk Love and Spanglish, where he was a little more dramatic.
And then like Uncut Gems.
Now, Uncut Gems was fun to watch. Anger Management was fun to watch.
Little Nicky's a classic.
Little Nicky is the worst movie that was ever made.
Little Nicky's hilarious.
Little Nicky is literally the worst movie ever made. Happy Gilmore 2 is the second worst movie ever made.
You don't like
Little
Nicky? He got smacked in the face with a shovel?
Little Nicky is the worst piece of crap that was ever made.
Popeye's chicken is
What
delicious.
is wrong with
That's
you?
hilarious.
What is wrong with you?
A guy with, boobies on his head. It's hilarious.
Oh, Jesus. Big Daddy was terrible.
Big Daddy is not terrible. That is an awful take.
God,
Big Daddy?
You're like a 12-year-old. I swear to God.
Scuba Steve? Come on, Big Daddy is.
Let me just go down the list here. After Little Nicky, The Animal, with Rob Schneider, Punch Drunk Love, Mr. Deeds.
That's a good one. Water fountain with fruit punch in it. Come on.
8 Crazy Nights, The Hot Chick again with that freaking what's his name?
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Anger Management, 50 First Dates.
Another good one.
Not bad. Spanglish. The Longest Yard, a cheap ripoff of the original
It's
Longest
better
Yard.
than the original.
Oh, God. Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
That's bad.
Click.
Click's all right.
Rain Over Me. Chuck and Larry. You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
That's not it. That's not a good one.
Funny People. Grown-Ups. Just Go With It. Bucky. Zookeeper. Jack and Jill, That's My Boy.
See, That's My Boy's a low-key funny one. Guy bangs his teacher, comes back, didn't know she had a kid.
Grown-Ups, Blended, Men, Women, Children, Cobbler, Pixels, Ridiculous, The Do-Over, The Week Of,
See, somewhere along the line.
Murder Mystery, Uncut Gems. Finally, he gets back on the map with 2019 Uncut Gems.
What about Hustle?
Hubie Halloween, and then Hustle, Murder Mystery 2, Bob Mitzvah, Leo, and Spaceman.
There's a lot of movies I've never heard of.
I mean, crap. That's a resume of crap. There's like 5 decent movies in that.
That's a Hall of Fame average right there, like 300. He's hitting 300. Come on. He's got classics. He's the Chase Utley of comedic actors. The high is high. It's just not that long. There's a lot of crap in between. But, he's all right. Look, come on.
Listen, I like Adam Sandler. I don't dislike him. But come on, man.
Big Daddy, Little Nicky, he went on a run.
Crap.
He went. No, it's not. He's great.
Let's go back to the text board. And we also have our list of top 100 from 100 to 51 so far. I'd like to know who number 100 is right now. Who's number 100?
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey is number 100?
Yeah.
All right.
Want me to continue going?
Continue going. Yeah.
All right, Lad McConkey, 100. We got Leonard Williams, defensive lineman, Seattle, 99. Aaron Jones, running back, Vikings, 98. Drake London, wide receiver, Atlanta Falcons, number 97. 96, Levante David, linebacker for the Bucks. 95, familiar face, Josh Sweat, no longer here, out there with the Cardinals now. Sam Laporta, Lions tight end, 94. Creed Humphrey, Kansas City Chiefs center, 93. And then to round out the 90s, you got Jesse Bates, free safety for the Falcons, 91. Tua Tagovailoa, 91 for quarterback Dolphins.
Okay. Josh Sweat in top 100?
I mean, he led the Eagles in sacks last year.
Based on the 1 year?
He had double-digit sacks 2022, but so did everybody.
All right. Now, let me ask you. In the top 50, or the bottom 50, how many Eagles?
So far, I saw, what the hell?
Besides Cooper being 60th.
We got, obviously, Jordan Mailata's 69, as a matter of fact.
Jordan Mailata. Cooper DeJean is higher than Jordan Mailata?
According to the players. Who are we to argue, right? They know ball, we don't.
Oh. All right.
That's what those Yankees players would tell you. You can't talk about it.
That's ridiculous. He should be ahead of
Jordan Mailata. So far it's just Mailata and Cooper DeJean.
That's it. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of Eagles then in the top 50.
There's got to be.
To look forward to that. All right, give me one text
All right,
where,
we got Scott in South Jersey checking in saying, I'm 27 and I love fun, but the Savannah Bananas are dumb. The people who enjoy that are probably the same weirdos who like WWE over boxing and MMA growing up.
Listen, I like WWE. I put it in a certain place where you're not junk. WWE has always been WWE. The baseball has not been the Savannah Bananas. Like, that's the difference.
How can you like the WWE,
because
but not the Bananas? It's the same thing.
No, it's not, because there's a storyline with the WWE where it's completely phony, and it always started out phony, and it's been phony ever since.
Exactly, it's phony. The Bananas are doing athletic things.
You're not taking, like, an entity and junking it up. It is junk, the WWE.
The Bananas are not junk. Like, that takes actual skill.
Why didn't you go?
I was down the shore at night in Venice having a great time. Well, when's Nightmare in Strathmere? When's that? I'll come swing by. I'll bring the Bananas.
610-632-0975. That's what he got. Listen, I know I'm an older guy at this point. I work with juveniles in this freaking place. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
The summer's here, and you know what that...
.40 Mike Missanelli Show. My producer is Brendan Gunn today. Ray Dunn is out. Ray will be back tomorrow. Thank freaking God.
I can hang out with you. I can come back and hang out.
I don't
with
want you to go anywhere near me.
I'll come hang out with you. I got the banana smoothie ready for you tomorrow.
Little Nicky. Do you know what Little Nicky got on Rotten Tomatoes?
What? Probably deserves a 10.
No, it goes by percentage.
96.5?
22%.
22%.
In a perfect world, he'd be happy to headbang in his room all day to heavy metal music. But Mom is an angel and his old man's the devil. Here's the critics' consensus. Despite the presence of a large, talented cast, the jokes in Little Nicky are dumb, tasteless, and not that funny. And Adam Sandler's character is grating to watch. 23%.
Okay.
That's the movie you like.
These people with their noses in the air.
You'd be hard-pressed to find something that's lower rated than 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
They got their noses in the air. They know comedy over there. They probably go to comedy clubs and snap when they hear a good joke. My ass, 22%.
There's been a lot of dumbass movies that get high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. That has to be extra bad for the Rotten Tomatoes audience to give it 23%.
People wouldn't know a good movie if it smacked them right in the upside of the head.
Well,
22%.
You certainly wouldn't. That's for sure.
Little Nicky's hilarious. I feel the good.
That's why you like the bananas. You're a goof. All right, let's go back to the text board. What do we got?
We got somebody checking in. Uncle Frank, as a matter of fact, said, when did Mike morph into Mitch the Miserable from Phoenix? I took my grandkids to the bananas over the weekend, and it was the absolute best time of their lives.
Your grandkids. Your grandkids probably had fun watching all the goofs and the jokes and the behind-the-back stuff. That's my point. It's for grandkids. That's who it's for.
Mike should look up the rules to the bananas, because if he's wondering why you throw it behind your back, you'd find out that way. Apparently, you get some bonus points or outs for it. I don't even know.
God bless them. They throw it behind their back, they get bonus points. Yeah, I look at baseball, you score more runs than the other team. You don't go on bonus points.
On a more serious note, we got somebody checking in, disagreeing with your take on Lewis Roberts, saying, why do you not want him? He's still young and has 40-40 upside.
Yeah, but he hasn't had 40-40 upside in a really long time. So, like, he hasn't been a good hitter over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's lost his enthusiasm for the game. Maybe a change of scenery would spur him on. I don't know.
Because Tanner Banks knows all about that.
I'm really not interested in Lewis Roberts Jr. as much.
If you got a bullpen arm, and then you got like a high-end bullpen arm, and that was the bat you got, would you be happy with that?
I guess because it improves them from where they are, but I don't know if it improves them that much. It all depends on who the bullpen arm would be.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting a high-end bullpen arm.
You still got a problem with mediocre hitting in the outfield if this guy is going to lug a .219 average here.
But could he be like a Jazz Chisholm? I mean, Chisholm was an all-star and all that. Lewis Robert was at one point projecting to be that, and then Chisholm goes to the Yankees and he turns it around last season, and he puts them on his back almost to start, gets to a World Series. Can Robert do that here? Who knows? Also got somebody checking in saying, what is Mike missing? The reason the NBA is what it is today is because they captured kids back in the 40s and 50s. Baseball drastically needed this to turn the popularity of the sport around.
What are you talking about? The Savannah Bananas have nothing to do with the popularity of real baseball. It's a sideshow.
I don't think you can argue that.
How is it helping the game of baseball?
How is it hurting the game of baseball?
But that's not what you said. You said it's helping.
It's definitely helping the game of baseball. That stadium is packed with 10, 11, 12-year-old kids.
What does that care? What, 12-year-old kids are learning not the game. They're learning the joke.
Do you think they're going out there
learning the game. They're learning the joke.
You don't think the kids are smart enough to comprehend it's not real baseball? But it's something that gets them involved in it.
They're learning the joke. So if they ever play baseball, they're throw it behind the back, throw a bat flip in the air, put stilts on. That's what they're learning.
Yeah, I forgot the NBA turned into the Harlem Globetrotters with people jumping off ladders and putting the ball between their legs and doing the finger twist.
Where are they jumping off ladders, dude?
I don't know. The halftime show.
Is that the game?
It's the same thing.
Your analogies don't make sense.
It's the same thing. The game itself at the Savannah Bananas, they're not doing crazy things like that. Yeah, sometimes they'll go out there and hit on stilts and throw on stilts, but the principle of baseball is still there. You're acting like it's gone.
Dude, you're a child. You really are.
How?
You're absolutely a child. Let's go back to the text board. I can't take it. I swear to God, I can never survive with you today.
I mean, you were on the crowd side on Friday with the Little League kid. You're wrong today. Stop it, Mike. You're just being ridiculous. You sound like you're getting old. Stop being that guy that tells the kids to get off his lawn. The bananas are fun. Nothing more, nothing less.
You can kiss my rump with this, this get off my lawn stuff. I look at everything objectively, okay? Now, when we talk about the kid throwing the bat in the air when it's 8-0, objectively, you like that? Now, again, if it wins the game, throw the bat. I don't care where you throw it. That's an exciting moment. When it's 8-0, you should be trained not to do something like that. And because the league says you shouldn't be doing that, you got a legitimate suspension that Daddy had to go to court to find a sympathetic idiot judge to turn it around. It's appalling to me that that case was even heard, much less ruled on, where they gave him a temporary restraining order so the kid could play the next game. No lessons were learned at all.
As they shouldn't have been. We also got Mike in Levittown checking in saying on our Eagles conversation from earlier, one seed's winning less than 12 games is rare. I'm not even sure it's happened recently. Has that happened since 2000? If the Eagles don't get the 1 seed or the 2 seed, can they really go out there and contend for the Super Bowl? They have to be a 1 seed or a 2 seed in my mind. Winning 11 games, I don't know if that's going to get it done. They may have to get over that 11.5 mark that Vegas set.
Well, if they win their division, where's that put them?
Probably towards the top.
Yeah, they'll win that division with 11. That's my point is they're going to win the division with 11 wins. Nobody else, I don't think, is capable of winning 11 games in that division. And if they are, the Eagles can count on winning a tiebreaker. So that's what I'm looking at. I don't think winning less than 11.5 is going to hurt them because I think they'll come in right at 11. And it could be 12. If they get to 12, that's a lock to get a good seed.
Should be. Also got somebody checking in saying Happy Gilmore was the biggest waste of time of my life. If I had a remote that could go back in the time like Adam Sandler in his movie Click, I would take it all back.
Believe me, I wanted to watch the movie and be entertained. It's like I didn't go in with a bad attitude. I had, open-minded. Let me go in here and then check this out. I like the first one. I'm telling you, an hour and a half into it, I said, what the hell did I do here? What did I do? Where is this going?
Are you like a guy that can't turn off something? You have to see it through?
I have to watch the whole thing. I'm not going to turn it off because the last half hour might have been something significant. So I watched the last half hour and I went, that movie sucked.
We also got somebody checking in on it saying apparently his wife getting hit with the drive and dying was a callback to the original when he killed his dad with a slap shot and moved over from hockey and never played again. Callback, just like the rest of the movie.
Why would you kill your wife? Like, seriously. Of all people to kill, you kill your wife?
Some jokes write themselves, I guess. After somebody's checking.
And I'm telling you, it was not the same. It could not have been the same woman.
Someone's checking in saying, after today, I 100% believe that Mikey Miss needs a rocking chair in that studio. He has to let the young kids have fun, get hit with it, or get lost. Harsh words out there for you.
Listen, I'm about as young and old guy as you're ever going to find, right? And I give you my objective spin. If it's cool, it's cool. If it's not cool, I'm going to call it out. Happy Gilmore 2, there was nothing cool about it. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli shows on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils dropped the final game in New York. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies' attempt for a sweep of the Yankees was spoiled yesterday with a 4-3 loss. Zach Wheeler got the start on the mound. He did not look like himself, though. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Hit a few batters, just did not have the command all game long. That loss puts the Phillies a game and a half behind the Mets for first place in the NL East entering today. The Phils continue their road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound. First pitches tonight at 7:40. On a positive note from yesterday, Phillies legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Eagles continue training camp today, and one guy who could be the key to this season on the offensive side of the ball is new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every single starter on offense back opens up a lot as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past, and you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
We'll continue to keep you updated on everything coming out of the NovaCare Complex and training camp, like Jalen Carter practicing for the first time today, limited participant in today's practice. This update was brought to you by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through your day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar, get to it. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best Birds coverage in Philadelphia, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
This is a little newsy. I'm reading from Jeff Passan, who covers baseball for ESPN. Writes the following: the Philadelphia Phillies star Bryce Harper stood nose to nose with Commissioner Rob Manfred during a meeting between the Major League Baseball commissioner and the team last week, telling him to, quote, get the F out of our clubhouse if Manfred wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap. Sources familiar with the meeting told ESPN on Monday. The confrontation came in a meeting, one of the 30 that Manfred conducts annually in an effort to improve his relations with every team's players, that lasted more than an hour. While Manfred never explicitly said the word salary cap, sources said the discussion about the game's economics raised the ire of Harper, one of Major League Baseball's most influential players and a two-time National League MVP. The expiration of the collective bargaining agreement between MLB and MLB Players Association on December 1st, 2026. So multiple owners have been itching to get a salary cap in baseball because it's really the only North American sport that doesn't have one. And that's what allows baseball to serve the rich, where the rich can spend more than the poor. A lot of fans would like a salary cap, actually. But it's never going to happen because the players' union is too strong. And you would have to shut down the game for a long period of time to get them to grovel to a salary cap.
There's just no way it's going to be implemented. They very well are coming for a lockout, whatever you call it in Major League Baseball, in a handful of years when this happens. Bryce Harper, though, going up to him when he's trying to get that contract, there's been whispers about that. Does he see the writing on the wall? Like, is this kind of a message saying, to hell with the prospects, you win by spending money?
Quiet for the majority of the meeting. Harper, sitting in a chair and holding a bat, eventually grew frustrated and said if Major League Baseball were to propose a cap and hold firm to it, players are, quote, not scared to lose 162 games.
Sheesh,
well,
the whole season.
It would be longer than that, I think, actually.
In Bryce's prime, like the tail end of his prime.
Harper stood up, walked towards the middle of the room, faced up to Manfred and said, if you want to speak about that, you can get that F out of our clubhouse. Manfred responded that he was, quote, not going to get the F out of here, saying it was important to talk about threats to Major League Baseball's business and ways to grow the game.
Wow.
Before the situation further intensified, veteran outfielder Nick Castellanos tried to diffuse the tension, saying, I have more questions. The meeting continued, and Harper and Manfred eventually shook hands, though Harper declined to answer phone calls from Manfred the next day.
It's contentious.
Castellanos says. I love this. It was pretty intense, definitely passionate, both of them. The commissioner giving it back to Bryce and Bryce giving it back to the commissioner. That's Harp. He'd been doing this since he's 15 years old. It's just another day. I wasn't surprised.
I love that Castellanos is the mediator of this whole thing.
Yeah, Mr. Calm himself.
His comments are always like so aloof sometimes too, like the Scooby-Doo thing, and he's being the mediator.
Castellanos went on further. You want to hear more?
Yes.
Rob, meaning Manfred, seems to be in a pretty desperate place on how important it is to get this salary cap because he's floating the word lockout 2 years in advance of our collective bargaining agreement expiration. That's nothing to throw around. That's the same thing as me saying in a marriage, I think a divorce is a possibility. It's probably going to happen. You just don't say those things. Wow.
That's a Castellanos
probably going to happen. Come on, man. That's not good. What the wife thinks of that comment.
No, but the first wife, I guess.
In the back of our heads, we're like, why are you talking to us like owning a baseball team is like owning a nail salon? That's only you're only going to be functional business if you can make up the money that you put in this year. All right. No.
I mean, that's crazy.
Listen, if they push for a salary cap, you won't have baseball for more than a year. Guaranteed. You'll blow out an entire season because the players are not going to cave. The unfortunate part is the players on the lower rung that are trying to survive and make money, you better stockpile your money now because the medium salary, the minimum salary is what? $500,000?
Am I reaching where I think this is like a message to the Phillies a little bit from Harper? You think in 2 years you have that lockout. That's when Wheeler's contract comes up. He wants guys to go out there and get paid right now because this is going to be their shot to win. If they go for a lockout in 3 years, Harper's going to be totally on the downhill of his career. Wheeler's gone at that point. Is this the time to win for the Phillies and go all out?
Yeah, it is. Oh, boy. If there's ownership behind a salary cap, and Manfred is pushing the agenda of the ownership, it is very possible there could be a lockout. It's 12 o'clock. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. You're listening to it on WPN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibility. It is noontime. Happy lunchtime to everybody out there. We celebrate lunchtime with a little something we call the News at Noon. What do you got?
There's a whole lot going on in this world. It's time to catch up. Here's the News at Noon. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Yes, so yesterday we had the Baseball Hall of Fame inductions. We talked about Dick Allen earlier. Congrats to him in getting in. The guy that probably headlined this class, though, was Ichiro Suzuki. He was pretty much a unanimous selection to the Hall of Fame. Well, all besides one writer, and Ichiro had a message to that writer in his speech yesterday.
3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
Do you take a shot in your biggest moment of your baseball life being honored like that?
I think it was petty. It's not the first time he's taken a shot at it, too. What does he care that one idiot didn't vote him in? He's still a Hall of Famer. Everybody knows his greatness. Everybody else voted him in. What does he care about the one guy?
Yeah, it sounds like sour grapes. Like, why let that guy ruin your day? It's your day. You're being honored.
Here's the beauty of that story. He spoke English. He never spoke English once when he was a player.
That's a great point.
Never spoke English once as a player. When he just learned English?
Apparently, he didn't know the country and the teams very well either, because he finished his career with the Marlins. Well, turns out before he played for them, he didn't know who they were.
And to the Miami Marlins, I appreciate David Sampson and Mike Hill for coming today. Honestly, when you guys called to offer me a contract for 2015, I have never heard of your team.
What's gotten into Ichiro?
What the hell's going on?
He's got these axes to grind here.
Like, well, what's wrong with the Marlins? They gave you a shot to finish out your career.
Listen, it is possible that he still doesn't speak English, that he can read English, and somebody wrote this down for him. Like, for instance, like I know Spanish a little bit,
but I don't know what it means.
If somebody writes it down, I can pronounce it, and I could I could say a script in a really good Spanish accent.
And you could, but at the same time, you could be saying your death wish, and you have no idea what technically you're saying, or do you understand it?
Yeah, but Japanese lettering is so different that maybe it's impossible. I don't know. God bless him if he learned English. Because he didn't learn it. He had an interpreter for his entire career.
Forever. I guess Shohei Ohtani's interpreter taught him a lesson. I got to get these guys away from me. He might siphon my money. Moving on, we also got Aaron Rodgers appearing on the NFL Network over the weekend talking to Kyle Brandt. And earlier in the offseason, Steelers legend, now Rodgers' new team, Terry Bradshaw, told Aaron Rodgers to stay in California and chew on bark. Well, they asked Aaron Rodgers about it yesterday, and he responds in pretty much the only Aaron Rodgers way possible.
I whisper to the gods every single day.
Damn right.
I've known Terry for a long time, being a part of Fox. Terry's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. He's had a legendary career in the media. But Terry, like a lot of people, doesn't know me. And so he's got an idea of what he thinks about me based on what I've done, the documentary, what I've said, Darkness Retreat, whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level. And I feel like if he gave me a chance to get to know him, then we'd have a good friendship.
Are we all just wrong on Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers missing the point, and he's just totally incoherent to himself how big of a smacked ass he can be sometimes?
First of all, I think that was very gracious of him, that answer on Terry Bradshaw. Because he could have flipped back at him.
The don't know me part. Like, I think we have a general idea of the kind of guy you are. Like, Aaron Rodgers, we're not missing it.
I don't blame him. He doesn't know him. He doesn't know him. I don't know him. I don't care to know him. He's a weirdo. There's no question about it. He's a weirdo. Other people have been weirdos. But in responding, Terry Bradshaw told him to stay in California and chew on bark. I thought he took the high road. I didn't think that was a high road.
It was all right. It was like anytime you throw the butt in, I don't know.
It was the high road.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers just rubs me the wrong way.
He's relied on the things that I've said, the documentary, that stuff. And, reasonably, you could come to conclusions that he's a weirdo.
Maybe
but
I'm
if you
wrong.
really get to know me, you'll think that like people will have this impression of me, like I'm a get off a lawn guy.
I mean, you are
I'm
just
really,
wrong
and I'm
today.
really not.
You're just wrong today.
You don't have a wrong impression of me. That's just an impression you form by listening to me.
Yes,
You don't really know me.
You don't know me, bro.
Yeah.
Come at me. Moving on. We also got contract negotiations or lack thereof down there in Dallas. Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons have not been talking as of late about the contract. Well, Jerry Jones gets in front of a microphone this weekend and he accidentally calls him the wrong name.
Of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Michael Parson is as savvy and knowledgeable and understanding of his financial business relative to football as any player I've ever been around.
Obviously an accident, right? But when you're in the middle of these heated negotiations, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's an old man brain slippage. It happens. My God, it happens to me. I call the guy a wrong name every now and then.
Yeah, all the time.
It's a brain slippage.
But do you take that personally if you're Micah Parsons?
Nah, you take it personally.
He
brain
said you missed 6
Brain
games
slippage. You don't
last
think
year.
those guys know that Jerry Jones is an old man? Like you think
I think they're very much aware he's an
think
old
that'd
man
be
at
a
this
big
point.
shock to him that he mispronounced one of their names?
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, stop it. Get over it.
You wouldn't be pissed?
No. He's Jerry Jones, an old man.
I come
I
on
get
here.
pissed about it. I'm still going to negotiate my contract whether he calls me Michael or not. What calling me Michael?
I
have to
go
do
into
with
the
it?
update. I say I'm on the Micah Missanelli show.
Well, that's different.
I'm a child, though.
You are a child, and you shouldn't have brain slippage. All right, that's the end of the news at noon today. Thanks for listening, everybody. 610-632-0975 is how you get it. On the other side, we're going to talk about the Eagle. I love the daily progress reports of the Eagles because you can get a lot of enlightenment on how people are performing with the reporters, like being on every little step they take. It's enlightening. It's informational, and we'll get to that after this.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Collins.
In at 610-632-0975. Nick Sirianni spoke today, and among the things that he said was that Jalen Hurts has been really good so far. The ball doesn't hit the ground with Jalen, which means he's zeroed in on targets. He's finding people. That's all good. Not throwing balls in the dirt. He also said that they don't want to rest on their laurels or look too far ahead. And it's the great inspirational quote. I might get this tattooed on my ribs in script. Be where your feet are. Now, I probably should have that on my feet instead of my ribs if I'm going to get a tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, I think Unfiltered's going to have that.
Be where your ribs are.
As like the Notre Dame Play Like a Champion today on the door when you come into that studio.
Okay, I think they should do that. Unfiltered. The Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Because you're a Notre Dame weirdo. Jalen Carter, he'll be out there today, so practicing right now. Tyler Steen, everything is a competition. We're evaluating the 2s and 3s right now. Tyler's done a nice job so far. Tyler's been the one, so that looks like he's going to be the starting guard. Hot day, he says that's good for us to practice in the heat. We're going to have to play in the heat. We're going to have to, early in the season, be in heat. We're going to have to go to some warm weather climes to play games. And everything starts with us being in good shape. And how you get in good shape? You sweat and you run in heat, baby. Sirianni's quote, we want to do the ordinary better than anyone else. Another inspirational quote from my man.
Listen, they buy into it. They got it on the ring. Can't be great without the greatness of others.
Yesterday, on the progress report of the Philadelphia Eagles in practice, Sidney Brown took most of the snaps alongside Reed Blankenship. Now, we don't know if Sidney is going to measure up to be a starter because Andrew Makuba, the rookie, looks like he's a good candidate for that spot. But so far, Sidney Brown has thrived in that spot, the number one safety next to Reed Blankenship. Also, Moro Ojamo has flashed. Jeff McClain, who's doing this report, says, I found myself writing down his number 97 several times on the day. He impeded the path of running back Saquon Barkley on an early run. He got the Hurts for a would-be sack a few seconds later. He batted a Hurts pass the line to the ground. Ojamo is often lined up beside opposite right guard Tyler Steen. Uh-oh.
Can't battle,
That's not go. That's not good. Practice and pads will reveal more about the Eagles linemen. Yeah, Hurts has had, for the most part, time in the pocket. Why wouldn't he? Tackles Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, get a lot of credit, but outside linebacker Jalix Hunt has popped the most off the edge. Defensive tackle Jordan Davis hasn't gotten much penetration on his rushes, but has consistently filled gaps and made stops versus the runs up the middle. He gobbled up Barkley on one such rush. A.J. Brown got the better of quarterback Keely Ringo on a couple of deep routes. That's listen, he's going to get the drop on most anybody.
What does that tell you, though? I mean, is that fair to Ringo that he's going up against one of the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL?
It is fair because you got to learn, man. You got to evolve, man. And if you can do it against that guy, you can do it against a lot of people.
And another note at cornerback today, Adoree Jackson was out there with the starters for the 3rd out of 4 days. After day 1, Ringo got it.
Quinyon Mitchell-Smith got matched up with Quinyon. He got one hand on Hurts' throw, but Mitchell's tight coverage prevented him from pulling the ball in. That guy's so good, man. He's really a gem. And a later red zone team drill, Hurts went to Goddard on a post route into the end zone, but the pass sailed high off the tight end's outstretched hands. He threw out of bounds to a cover Jahan Dotson and was errant on a receiver's comeback route a few seconds later. Dotson's route did not look precise. Hurts had some positive moments with receivers other than Brown. He evaded the rush and cornerback Cooper DeJean's blitz and found Goddard ahead of Adoree Jackson. And he connected with Smith for back-to-back red zone touchdowns in which the receiver planted himself just over the goal line. As a runner, Hurts slipped to the ground on his own read keep. Well, that's not fair.
Quarterback running in practice?
He slipped on one play. He tried to turn the corner on a design outside run later on, but linebacker Zach Bond knifed him for the stop after a short game. They're raving about Jahad Campbell as a participant. He's shown a lot of athleticism, even though he's coming off that injury. Tanner McKee was sharp early on with completions to Dotson, tight end ground Catera. McKee threw once into the end zone during red zone drills, but receiver Avery Williams was covered, and the ball purposely sailed long. Elijah Cooks made some notes a few days ago when he stiff-armed rookie cornerback Mac McWilliams to the ground after an interception. He's back in after a couple of impressive grabs. So there you go, Elijah Cooks, 6'4", 215. Can he make the roster? Can he make the roster ahead of Johnny Wilson?
I mean, typically they usually like to go with their draft picks that they spent. I mean, Johnny Wilson was up there. Johnny Wilson made some plays last year. Ironically, Anais Smith had more catches in the season than he did because he had like 6 or 7 in that Cowboys game to end it. But I don't know. Terrace Marshall's flashed too. Outside of the top 2 wide receivers on this Birds team, I don't know what you got. It could be a handful of them that make the roster.
Jake Elliott took his first set of field goals in camp. The kicker was perfect on 7 of 7 tries from the following distances: 33, 38, 43, 48, 48, 53, and 53 yards. And afterwards, he celebrated with the punter kicking a beach ball around. See what I did there? Because
just doing nothing.
Kickers don't do anything.
Why do they even make them go in?
No, they hang out with themselves. Punter,
they just sit there and do nothing.
The punter, the long snapper, and the kicker, they hang out together.
Like how many times can you just kick a field goal?
I don't know. Let's go back to the phones. We'll talk to Bob in Vermont. Bob, checking in. What's up, Bob? You're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, Mike, great show. Can I talk Phillies? I know you're talking.
Certainly,
Eagles,
absolutely, Bob.
Okay, I was just wondering, I think we need a right-handed bat and a closer to get us over the top.
Well, I think you're right on. Now,
yeah,
which people do you have in mind here?
I don't really know, but I was thinking maybe what you would know. You probably would know.
Well, they're talking to a lot of people. There's 2 guys from the Pirates are involved. The guy from the Cleveland Guardians is involved. The guy playing for the A's, Mason Miller. Like, these are the names, the big names of guys that could really help them. Now, whether a deal is feasible, depending on what they ask for, then it remains to be seen. By the end of this week, we'll know. But the owner is saying we're not going to pay an arm and a leg, and all of those guys will cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I think we just need that'll get us over the top because Harper and Schwarber can't do it all themselves.
Now, here's the thing, Bob. They're talking about the third baseman from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Eugenio Suarez, who would come here and be the DH. Would you trust Kyle Schwarber then to play left field?
I don't know. I don't think I really like his outfield play. I do like his bat, though.
Well, of course. We all like his bat. He made a play yesterday when he fell on his butt going backwards.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a good laugh about it. But that's not going to be funny in the playoffs if he misses that ball.
No. You got to be serious in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, Bobby, you got it, buddy. Thanks for the call. 610-632-0975 is how you get in. You see that play yesterday, BG? Kyle Schwarber going backwards, backpedaling? You didn't see it.
I think
you know why? Because you were at the shore.
No, I saw it. I was watching at the Deauville in your hometown.
You were?
Oh, yeah.
You saw the play?
Yeah, you're looking like you could get a spot in the outfield for the Bananas.
No, the banana guy would have flipped and then caught it and then fell backwards.
One does it on purpose, one does it on accident.
And then moon the audience for fun because it's fun.
He's more athletic.
That's funny. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils failed a sweep. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. Yes, the Phillies' attempt for a sweep was spoiled yesterday by the Yankees. They lost 4-3. Zach Wheeler got the start on the mound. He did not look like himself. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Did not have his command. Hit a couple of batters. Was not his best day overall. The Phils loss puts him a game and a half behind the Mets for the NL East lead heading into today. The Phils continue their road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Christopher Sanchez is on on the mound. First pitch is tonight at 7:40. On a positive note from yesterday, Phil's legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Eagles continue training camp today, and one guy who could be key to the season is new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every single starter back on offense opens up a lot for him as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past. And you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
we'll continue to keep you updated on everything training camp, like Jalen Carter practicing today for the first time, listed as a limited participant, and Quinyon Mitchell getting the first interception of training camp. This update was brought to you by Extreme Experience. Extreme Experience brings real supercar driving to New Jersey Motorsports Park August 14th through 17th. No experience needed. Book now at extremeexperience.com. I'm Brennan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best Birds coverage in Philadelphia, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
versus Davis Martin for the White Sox. The Phillies are minus 225. Give me one reason why I shouldn't bet $1 million on the Phillies tonight.
Former future Philly, Luis Robert, coming through with the home run.
Oh, you think
trying to show off in front of his new team?
The White Sox are going to get to Christopher tonight?
No, I'm kidding.
Minus 225 seems like a steal. Why wouldn't I bet $1 million on that?
I don't know. I mean,
I gotta bet that. You gotta bet a high price on that. Oh yeah. They're not going to lose this game tonight.
No, you figure they're going to win this. I can't imagine they're not going to bounce back. What are the odds that Zach Wheeler and Sanchez go out back-to-back games and they both stink up the joint? Like, I don't know about that, relatively speaking.
Well, Davis Martin has a fairly respectable ERA for playing with that stank team. 3.89. Under 4 for that team.
It's tough to do.
He's 2-8, by the way.
That's not fair at all. That's awful.
Come on. The way Sanchez, I mean, he's elevated himself to a Cy Young candidate. 9-2, 2.40.
Yeah, I mean, they can't afford to lose. Like, they can't have the Mets continue to build this lead. Like, it's only a game and a half
Mets
right now,
hot.
but you don't want to see it go
Mets
to 2.5, 3.
Yeah, Mets are winning. All right, by the way, before we get to the calls, we got Evan and Rob. I'm going to get to them in a second. People get the wrong idea about me and silly movies. I like silly movies. I like stupid movies. Like, I give you a list. Like, Waterboy was stupid.
Good, though.
Tommy Boy was ridiculous. Anchorman was stupid. Old School was stupid. But they were stupid like they were good stupid.
Little Nicky is synonymous with those other movies.
No, Little Nicky was bad stupid. And Happy Gilmore 2 is bad stupid. This is what I'm trying to... The distinction of good stupid and bad stupid.
But don't you go into it knowing it's going to be stupid? But like...
Yeah, but the first one was stupid, but it was humorous. Like, there was... This just wasn't humorous.
It's
It
really
wasn't that
bad?
humorous.
It's that bad?
I'm telling you, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
That's incredible.
I wasted 2 hours I felt like I wasted a couple hours of my life. I could have read a book in the meantime rather than watch that movie. I'm never going to get it back.
What's a book?
A book. You know? Yeah, what's a book? Have you ever read a book?
Cat in the Hat.
Let's go to Rob and Marion. Rob, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Rob. Yo, Rob.
I have a different... Yeah.
Go ahead,
You got
Rob.
me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so I have a different view on what we should do with the trade deadline. I think we should be trading Ranger Suarez, and let me explain. So, first of all, he's a free agent. Scott Boras is his agent. They're never going to sign him. He wears down every year. If you watch him pitch now, the velocity's already down. He would be the number one pitcher on the market for a contender. We have a surplus of starting pitching. If we get back a player for him, great. If we get back prospects, it allows us to trade either those prospects or our prospects for what we want. I think it's the obvious move to make.
I am not in disagreement with that, by the way, because I think they have enough starting pitchers to cover their butt to go forward. But if you see he's wearing down, why wouldn't the teams that are acquiring him also see the same thing?
Well, I think you have to look at the starting pitching market. The best starting pitcher who was on the market just re-signed, Seth Lugo. Mm-hmm. There's just not a lot out there, and teams are desperate who are contending or on the fringe of contending for starting pitching. So, yeah, so he may not, be as sharp as he was in the beginning of the year, but he's still the best candidate that's out there.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Listen, it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm in agreement with you that I wouldn't be... you could probably get some really good prospects there, but you would need... You could get prospects for him. I don't think you could get starting players for him. Because if a team...
Get Durant from the Red Sox.
You get Durant from the Red Sox. But I'm not so sure that's enough. He's another left-handed hitter. You really want right-handed pop.
I don't know. I like him. He had a tremendous year last year. He's a plus center fielder, really fast. I agree with you on the left-handed side. We're left-handed heavy. I would prefer a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, they need a right-handed hitter. I hear what you're saying. And,
they do.
You know, Jared Duran is not having a great year. So but the other thing is, like, you're going to give away a starting player. Boston may, because they have a plethora of young kids that they could get in there. So it's a pretty good. You're figured out pretty good where he might be marketable.
Yeah. So I just think that's our surplus. It's a supply and demand. The market does not have a lot of good starting pitching, and we're not going to keep him. All we're going to get is a compensatory pick if he leaves at the end of the year. He will leave at the end of the year.
I hear you. I think you make a lot of sense. We've talked about this before. Ranger Suarez being a trade candidate, but again, a team is not a team. A contender would trade for him. A contender is not going to give you two pieces that help them be a contender in the first place.
It doesn't add up. Quite literally, it doesn't.
It does. They'll give you prospects. They're not going to give you people that are already important parts of their team, what the Phillies would be looking for.
Yeah, so rarely can you find a trade partner where they desperately need a starting pitcher and you need a bat and a bullpen arm, and they're willing to give up both. Like, most teams don't have surpluses at every single aspect of the game. It's not going to happen. Plus, you're giving up Ranger Suarez, who he falls off second half of the season, but he's having a great season so far. Duran, he's not. So you're giving up a proven commodity so far this season for a guy you hope a change of scenery can maybe get him back on that right track this year. I'm not doing that.
Everybody likes this Duran kid, and I don't know. Sometimes you look at a guy and go, "What's the real? Is he the promising player of last year, or has baseball gotten him? And is he just a mediocre player?"
Exactly. Like, if you're Dave Dombrowski and you're making that one move at this deadline, that could very well define your era as the guy overseeing the Phillies if you don't get it done this year with the moves. Are you trading away a guy that has a sub-2 ERA for the majority of this season for Jarren Duran? Like, that's your move you're selling us?
Yeah. No. We got Evan in North Philly checking in. Evan, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Evan, did I inadvertently hook you off the air?
You did, but it's all good.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Actually, from North Jersey. I'm from.
Oh, you're from North Jersey.
Garbage Mets in Yankee Town.
Oh, okay.
Before I get to my point, I just quickly want to wholeheartedly disagree with the Ranger Suarez move.
Mm-hmm.
For two reasons. Number one, because this is the window. You don't give away, the pieces that are going to get you to the finish line.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: are you trusting him right now?
Who, Ranger Suarez?
Yeah.
So here's another aspect, my second point.
All right.
And we did this in the 2023 run, my mistake. We have Wheels is going to go in the postseason. Sanchez is going to be the 2. The 3, all right, if, Luzardo doesn't look great, fine, Rangers are 3. If Nola can magically come back and be a viable starter, great. But do you remember what we did in 2023? Ranger went to that bullpen. That was massive.
Yeah, but that was a different time. He's now, his velocity has dipped way down, and I don't think he's not a swing and miss type of guy to come out of the bullpen.
Ranger wasn't a high velocity guy then, and if you remember, he
was 94 and sometimes 95 back then.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's my opinion on Ranger Suarez. So I want to talk about something a little bit different.
All right, go ahead.
We're at a weird point where Kyle is obviously an expiring contract. Right, Nick's got one more year left. JT's looking better, but those knees are going to start to take a toll on him. Bryce is over 30. Trey's over 30. Okay, the starting pitching looks excellent. When does it become the point in time where you have to start scratching your head and realizing, are Mick Abel and Andrew Painter ever going to get in this rotation in the next 2 to 3 years? I mean, you would assume they would, but you're just at such a weird place right now where you've got nothing in the bullpen. Your outfield is a mess, right? You're struggling to get hitting from Stott. And, we all love Stott, but you're struggling to get hitting from Stott. Sosa's not an everyday player, and if you want to mix and match him against the lefties, that's fine, but he's not. You can't just throw him in there right away. It doesn't happen to play.
What exactly are you saying? That they need to get younger?
My point is that we love this team. We love the core, and I'm not saying shaking up the core, but I'm saying I think we got to start diving into those prospects. Right? We've got a bunch of top 100 prospects. We've got some expiring contracts and aging players. Like, if it's ever been the year to make that splash move where, in 2 to 3 years when you give up a highly touted prospect.
Well, let me pin you down a little bit. Are you saying you want to move on from Schwarber and JT?
No, I'm not.
Well, then where is there room to add players?
The outfield, an elite closer.
Okay, they don't have anybody in their system that you're going to bring up as an outfield, nor do they have an elite closer.
I think you're misunderstanding. I'm saying it's time to move on from some of these guys, right? Aiden Miller, untouchable. But when we get to the Crawfords, the Abels, right, we got to stop holding on to them. If a guy like Stephen Kwan is potentially available.
I totally agree with you. If that deal is available for Class A and Stephen Kwan, they would make that deal. But I was losing you there. You can't do anything about this core. I understand they're all in their 30s. They're all also you can't afford not to sign Schwarber or JT. So you got to bring both of those guys back in their 30s, and you can't do anything with the Turner Harpers of the world. They're going to have to be there as well. The only guy you can move away from in a year is Castellanos. 610-632-0975. That's how you get in the Mike Missanelli Show. It's 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, a Birds Insider Update on 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
The camp battles continue for the Birds. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Birds Insider Update. The Eagles have been hard at work all training camp long since they started last week, and there's a handful of jobs up for grabs. One position battle people should have their eyes on is the safety position between Drew Makuba, who did not practice today, by the way, and Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown spoke over the weekend and said he embraces that competition himself.
Just embrace it. I think each and every day, like, we just grow closer and closer, and I think the competition brings the best out of all of us, and I think it honestly brings us closer as well.
We shall see how that embarks on the rest of our training camp journey. At safety, who ends up being that starter. Another position battle to keep an eye on is the cornerback spot between Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo. Adoree Jackson has gotten the reps with the starters on 3 out of the 4 days so far. Ringo, though, he also spoke over the weekend and said the key to the battle is self-confidence.
Just going out there, believing in yourself, continue to compete, man. I feel like that's just the name of the game. Going out there, knowing exactly what your job is, competing at a high level, man, and trusting your foundation. When you go out there and trust your foundation and believe who you are as a man, as a player, and have faith in God, I feel like the sky's the limit.
As for some notes from today's practice, Jalen Carter was listed as a limited participant for the first time during training camp, and Quinyon Mitchell came through with the first interception of camp himself. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best Birds coverage in Philadelphia, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Andrew
What? Thought he was mine, she caught him by the mouth. I waited a long month, she finally set him free. I told him I couldn't lie, he was the only one for me.
1242, Mike Missanelli Show. I love that looking at my Twitter, which is Mike Miss25, by the way. Oh, man, yell at the clouds. Come on, man. I got objective standards. All right, that's all it is. Objective standards. Savannah Bananas, make a joke of baseball. Happy Gilmore's 2, stunk. All right, that doesn't make me old.
The Bananas one, I don't know. Like, you usually are hip. That's why I was always a fan of you.
Does not make me old because the Savannah Bananas make a joke of baseball.
You've always been like pushing the limit, progression.
I hold baseball at a very high standard, bro. It's a really difficult game. All right. And
I feel like baseball is your first love. Am I off?
I mean, I don't know. I love all. But I played baseball for a long time. Still playing it. It's sacrosanct to me.
Yeah, you hold it sacred.
It is. And I don't like people making a joke out of it. To me, it's not entertainment when you make a joke out of it. It's a hard game to master. And you make a joke out of it, I think you deplete the game itself.
No, you're speaking into existence right there. It is a hard game to master. And when he can go behind the back and still throw the damn guy out at first base, it's impressive. They're not sitting around saying, hey, stinky baseball.
What's the point of it? Well, like, I don't understand. So what? You throw it behind your back and you get the guy. So what?
It's fun.
What's like fun about that?
How is that not fun? Like,
you know what fun is? Watching a guy make a diving stop, getting up on his knees, and firing to first base to get him out. That's fun.
That's better than the Bananas. Nobody's arguing
throwing a guy out at the plate where JT Miramuto goes up in the air, catches it, and makes the play down there. That's fun. That's the fun baseball part.
No, because people cannot watch. Baseball's super regional. They're not watching the Colorado Rockies doing a diving stop. Nobody cares about that.
It's fun. Blazing fastballs that beat a guy. That's fun. Not guy on stilts.
They're both fun. They're not mutually exclusive.
Let's go to Tom in North Wales. Tom, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tom.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
What's up, Tom? How you doing?
I've been a big fan. I was in the Thunderdome. Penn State alum, read your book.
Oh, my God. The Thunderdome. For people who don't know what that is, that was 1993 as the Phillies were headed to a pennant. As Steve Fredericks and I were broadcasting under this tent that was adjacent to the stadium.
That was wilder than any Eagles pregame.
Yeah, I actually had my face painted back then. You can imagine. Yeah.
So let me talk about this weekend because it was the perfect scenario. Both my kids went to the Bananas, and I didn't have to go. And I was very happy about that. I watched it Saturday night because my son was there and I wanted to talk about it. It was the biggest pile of nonsense I've ever seen. There was a guy in a freaking cape, like Larry David in Seinfeld. So I don't get it.
Oh, all right. So you went to. So was it fun for the people you took?
I didn't go. No,
you didn't go. Oh, your
kids. Families, and I didn't have to go, and I was thrilled about it.
Okay. Did your kids like it?
My kids loved it.
All right. Well, then that's all.
Here's the
that's
scenario.
all that
The other
counts.
families, they were on this waiting list for 3 years to buy tickets, and the most you could buy was 5. So they bought the max, and they both have 4 kids and 4 people in the family. So my son went to one, and my daughter went to the other. And I watched it, and I said, "Oh my God, thank God I didn't go."
3 years waiting list for tickets.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind. Really, it's one of the most unusual occurrences that I've ever seen. That this fanfare for this thing gets you on a 3-year waiting list. I'm flummoxed by it.
And just like you, I was a huge fan of the Globetrotters growing up. Whenever Jim McKay said they were coming on Wide World Sports, I marked it on my calendar. I remember them playing at Attica for the prisoners. Curly Neal, Nettlelark Lemon. But this was just not the same thing.
Yeah, because you can do more tricks with basketball, and it's you know the outcome and all that stuff. All right, Tom.
And both dads said that it was not the same as the Phillies crowd. So to take that, it's not. These aren't future baseball fans. These are people that go out to Vegas to watch it.
Listen, shut my freaking mouth. That this entity is so popular that you're on a waiting list for 3 years to get tickets. Shut my mouth. Right? I don't get it. Whatever you get out of it, I think it's wonderful. I just don't get it.
The appeal at all to anybody.
I do not see the appeal at all.
How?
Not at all do I see the appeal of it.
Like, you're a smart guy. You're smarter than most
hold
people.
baseball at a high standard. That's why I don't see the appeal of it. I don't see the appeal. Now that I'm an adult, I don't see the appeal of the Globetrotters either.
Well,
when I was a kid, maybe I saw it.
There has been. This is the Bananas time.
The kids, all right, the kids like the Globetrotters. The kids like the Bananas. Where do adults like it?
It's just a good time. You can sit there, know you're going to be entertained for 2 to 3 hours. You're probably going to laugh. You're probably going to see some athletic feats that you can't do that are very impressive. They're not Major League Baseball feats where you're stopping a ball going 100 miles an hour up the gap. But guess what? I can't put the ball behind my back either. Maybe I could. I'm an athletic freak myself. But regardless, it's a good time for 2 hours.
Have you ever gone?
I can't get in.
How do you know how it's good and entertaining for 2 hours?
I've watched it on TV.
You watched the whole thing on TV?
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there, have a conversation with a buddy. You're not locked in like it's October baseball.
Oh, so you and your buddy going around, oh, look how cool that is, man.
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
Yes. You toss it on in the background, you have a damn good time.
He caught it behind his back. Look how cool, man.
Exactly, dude. Come on.
There's a guy with stilts. He's throwing fastballs to the plate, man.
What are you
That's
doing?
so cool, dude.
You and Jimmy down the block are tossing on the Colorado Rockies versus the Sacramento
Dude, man,
A's.
look at that, dude.
Look how great these guys are. They're professional baseball players. What do I care about the A's or whatever else? If I'm watching a team that's not the Phillies, I'm watching the
Major League
Bananas.
Baseball player, I'd be insulted by the fact of what they've done in my game. I'd be insulted if I was a Major League player.
Insulted.
I'd be insulted.
That is ridiculous.
The work that I've done to make myself a good player to play in the major leagues, and here are these yokels. They're doing crappy stuff and getting 55,000 people in there.
This is
I'd be
Devil's baseball.
offended by it.
You sound like the guys back in the day that were saying rock and roll was the devil's music. You're acting like the Savannah Bananas are the devil.
See, don't put me in that category, all right? Because baseball itself is rock and roll, okay? Baseball is rock and roll. I don't want anything to cheat rock and roll. Okay? That's where you miss me.
I don't know.
Rock and roll is genuine. Baseball is genuine.
The Bananas are
Wrestling
genuine.
has never been genuine. Therefore, I can appreciate
A
it.
smile on a kid's face is genuine.
Good
And
for the
that's
kid.
what the Bananas
Listen,
do.
Good for the kid. I'm talking about the adults. The kid, you can amuse the kid with any garbage. You can throw Disney characters on ice and amuse the freaking kids. 610-632-0975. We're back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
It wasn't amusing losing to the Yankees yesterday. It was a good series, though. Phillies failed to sweep yesterday. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. They lost to the Yankees yesterday 4-3. Zach Wheeler got the start. He did not look like himself. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings, hit a few guys, didn't have his command all game long. It is what it is. The Phils lost yesterday, puts them a game and a half behind the New York Mets in the standings for the NL East first place. Phils continue that road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound. First pitches tonight at 7:40. The Eagles continue training camp over the weekend, and they continued it today, as a matter of fact. But one guy who spoke over the weekend was new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, and he said having mostly every single player back on the offensive side makes it easy on him as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past, and you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
the Eagles were back out there on the practice field today. A couple of guys that were not out there: Devontae Smith, he missed today's practice, and Drew Makuba, also not out there in the middle of that safety battle. One guy that was out there for the first time all camp, listed as a limited participant, Jalen Carter. Love to see that. This update was brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days. Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE sedan. Hurry now through July 31st. Learn more at MBUSA.com/dream. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
12:55. Mike Missanelli Show. Well. Some more breaking news here from Jeff Passan. Cleveland Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase, a pitcher who was talked about maybe the Phillies would acquire, has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as part of Major League Baseball's sports betting investigation. Clase is the second Guardians pitcher on leave tied to the investigation, joining right-hander Luis Ortiz. Oh boy. That's the end of that deal.
He's gone. Batista's gone. Now that he's injured up or down in Baltimore, what are they going to have to pay to get any of these closers out there that are on the market? Like, the price is just going up, and they're fewer and far between.
Class A's non-disciplinary pay leave is through August 31st. So let me ask you this. If you're the Phillies, would you still make a deal for him, knowing he can't pitch until September?
Is he postseason eligible?
It does not say that. It's a good question.
Because Alvarado can come back, but he's also not postseason eligible. Now, that was PEDs, a little bit different.
This is a paid leave, so they haven't figured it out yet. They haven't totally got the answers on.
He'll be suspended. Like, no doubt about it, right? Like, baseball doesn't play games with that.
Oh, it depends on what they find out. If he's on paid leave, they haven't found out anything yet, right? They're still investigating.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, though. You got to believe, right? Like, he's not coming back out of this clean.
Well, considering his teammate got snagged in the same thing, maybe they had a little collaboration going. You know, here's the thing. It's so easy now with all the bets you can make, the prop bets you can make. It's easy to bet if you're a major leaguer. Like, you don't have to bet on the outcome anymore. You just
over-under strikeouts.
Yeah.
Home runs.
Bet
like
on stuff
anything.
like that.
You groove one pitch down the middle, you let up a home run, it doesn't matter. You just got paid big time.
Well, that's not good news for the Phillies any way you slice it. But hold it. Maybe the price would be cheaper now.
I just can't see a world where he's going to be postseason eligible. Now
he might be.
Now it might.
If they find nothing, like you trade now while they're doing an investigation, the price is lower. Cleveland wants to wash their hands of this whole thing. Boom. Would you do it, knowing that you could have him for September and the playoffs?
See, if I knew that was going to be the case, I would. There's also the other part of it is he's still on contract for multiple years down the line.
Yes.
So even if he can't pitch this postseason, I would think about it, right? Now, that doesn't help anything right now.
Well, you need somebody to help you right now. So I wouldn't even consider that it will happen for another year. That's not important to me. You need somebody right now. If he can pitch for you right now and you have to wait till September 1st, would you do it?
I would do it, yes. Because you're getting Alvarado back in the meantime in about a week or two, no? Middle of August, he's coming back. He can hold the fort down for that, and then Clase could come in. Now, I just don't see a world where he's going to not be suspended.
Well, isn't the paid leave enough?
You think so? Baseball? Gambling?
Well, he's going to be out for a whole month.
Baseball does not play with that. I mean,
more than a month.
Pete Rose had to die.
It's like he's been suspended for a month and a week.
I feel like it's half a season. Like, I just feel like Major League Baseball does not. Let me see what the precedent is for this.
Depends on what they find out. Like, they could find out nothing. Maybe he had a conversation with Ortiz at one point, and there was no betting involved.
Slipped him a brown bag of cash. Says, "Don't put my name on this."
Who knows? Maybe he didn't know what Ortiz was getting him into by saying, "Hey, you strike this guy out." I don't know, whatever it was.
Please strike him out, please.
It's the Mike Missanelli Show. You're listening to it on 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. And we broadcast every day from the Comcast Business Studios. We broadcast live, but it's a live show. Live. Powering possibilities. It's a live show, right? It's not taped.
Not taped. Not taped.
This is the last hour I will ever have with Brendan Gunn as my producer. So I think this would be a historic call. If if you want to take part in this historic hour, the last time we'll have BG here as my producer, 610-632-0975.
Let's put on a show like the Bananas. Let's put on a show.
Yeah,
for the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a caller behind my back and catch it.
Let me go get my stilts.
I got a big documentary thing I got to film after the show
today.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
These folks are doing a documentary on Penn State linebackers.
Linebacker, you? I would even say that.
Linebacker move, and I'm being interviewed today for it.
All right, who's your best of all time then? Sean Lee, Paul Postlesny,
Arrington. For me, it goes LeVar Arrington, Jack Ham.
Now, where do you put this guy?
Postlesny is in the list.
Dan Connor. Is he still the all-time leading tackler? He went to my high school.
Dan Connor is a good name. He wouldn't be in my top 4. Who did I put in my top 4? I said somebody else in my top 4. Shane Conlon. Oh, the guy I wrote about in my book, for crying out loud. Shane Conlon, LeVar Arrington, Paul Postlesny, and Jack Ham would be the top 4 linebackers in the history of Penn State linebacker.
Was Postlesny and Dan Connor were there together, right?
I don't know.
A little crossover, I think.
Was there a little crossover? I think they all succeeded each other. I think Postlesny might have been after Dan Connor. No?
I think there might have been a little bit of a crossover. I could be wrong.
Dan Connor went to your high school?
Dan Connor, yeah, Strathaven, exactly.
Oh, he's a Strathaven guy. That's right. Sean Lee was a great player also.
Yeah, I just hated him because the Cowboys thing.
Yeah, but he was a great player. I mean, he played hurt all the time.
LeVar Arrington ended up being the second pick?
What's interesting about how did Penn State get to be linebacker U? Like, what was it about that position that made Penn State specialize in it? Is the question.
Yeah,
why?
And it continued on with Micah Parsons. Why, do you probably have some insight into it?
I don't know. Here's the only thing I have insight into. Penn State was never a great offensive team ever. Even when you go back to the 70s when Paterno first started, they were a very conservative offense that ran the football and didn't do anything fancy. Right? So their defense had to carry them. So whoever was in charge of their defense had to keep the score down. And in keeping the score down, linebackers were very important. There wasn't a lot of great passing attacks back then. So linebackers had to stop the run. And so they're for the reputation grew. Keep the score low, stop the run, let them beat you with the pass, and keep the scores low. And that's how linebacker U was created.
I would also want to look into their recruiting rankings, their profiles going into Penn State. Did they develop a lot of these kids? They
developed most of them.
That's what I mean.
They developed like a guy like Shane Conlon, who was for me the second best linebacker ever to play at Penn State, was a 180-pound guy, played for a really low division school and didn't have any Division I offers, and all of a sudden became this maniac superstar who played in the NFL for a long time. Was a first-round pick in the NFL, actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Dan Connor, he was good at Strathaven, but it's a tiny little school in the middle of Delaware County. It's not like he was some national.
He had a decent pro career too, didn't he?
Yeah,
the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers ended up on the Cowboys for a little bit. I think he had like a 5, 6, 7, 8 year career in the NFL, so that's respectable.
Isn't he a coach at Penn State now? I think he might be.
Is he back at PSU?
He's a defensive coach at Penn State. All right, well, let's go to our text board. What's our text board saying right now?
Hey, let me get one up for you right here. We got
What's
somebody.
the chat saying, by the way? Is the chat burying me today?
The chat wants to know, a lot of people are checking in on the chat and on the text line. They want your thoughts on the Harper thing again because they must have missed it, I guess. I got somebody checking in with maybe the biggest galaxy brain thing I've ever seen in my life. It says, trade Ranger Suarez to a contender for a lot of prospects, then trade those prospects to a non-contender and get some guy that's already ready for the major leagues.
I guess you could do that.
In 2 days?
That would be a savvy move within a short period of time.
3 days?
Yeah, well, you'd have to be working that out now. You'd have to have that plan already worked out.
Sounds ridiculous, but also got somebody checking in saying the Savannah Bananas don't play baseball. They don't call it baseball. They call it banana ball, so they don't upset the crotchety old men.
All right, so I guess I'm a crotchety old man because I respect baseball. Sorry. So I apologize, people out there. I respect the game of baseball for what it is.
Got somebody else checking in, Norman Mayfair, as a matter of fact, saying the Phillies should sweep the weaker Chicago Cubs this week. There's no excuses for them to go out there and not upgrade the team at the end of it as well.
So there you go. Sweep, major trade to bring home what you need. Right? Is that what you see? Is that what you see happening?
It's hard, you can never predict a sweep in Major League Baseball.
The people that want to know about this Bryce Harper thing, let me just, in case you didn't hear it. Apparently, Bryce Harper cussed out Major League Commissioner Rob Manfred during a meeting between the Phillies, the commissioner, the Phillies, and the commissioner, telling him to quote, "Get the F out of our clubhouse." If Manfred wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap. The confrontation came in a meeting, one of the 30 that Manfred conducts annually in an effort to improve his relations with every team's players, that lasted more than an hour. Though Manfred never explicitly said the word salary cap, sources said the discussion about the game's economics raised the ire of Harper. Apparently Harper was sitting in a chair holding a bat, by the way. Eventually grew frustrated for the meeting as the meeting was proceeding and what Manfred was saying, and said if Major League Baseball were to propose a cap and hold firm to it, players, quote, are not scared to lose 162 games, meaning they would sit out the season to make sure that never happened. Well, if you sit out the season, who's got the most chips? The owners have the most chips, right? Aren't they the richest people? You might be making a lot of money, but it seems to me the owners can hold out a lot longer than the players can hold out, can't they?
You'd think so. But, like, how much do they, like, not getting money either? Like, can the Rockies owner afford not to go out there when they're just breaking even a lot of the time on the team itself?
Well, there's no expenses running the ball club. Everything's on hold.
Do a lot of these teams own the stadiums they play in? Do they pay rent? Like, how does that work?
If there's no product, I'm sure they're not have to pay rent. They don't have to, worry about the concessions or anything like that or any kind of expenses. They can hold out. Anyway, Harper stood up, walked towards the middle of the room, and said, if you want to talk about that, you can get the F out of our clubhouse, in which case Manfred said, I'm not going to get the F out of your clubhouse, and it got heated. That's the story. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Ricky Bo.
Another thing about Happy Gilmore, too. How come Shooter becomes his ally?
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Why wouldn't the whole thing revolve around another match between Happy and Shooter?
I don't want Shooter McGavin on his side.
Shooter's in a home.
With Ben Stiller?
No.
What the hell? That's how do you have a home and you don't have Ben Stiller running it?
Ben Stiller is running an Alcohol Anonymous group, which Happy becomes a part of.
So Shooter McGavin, his old ass at this point, is in a home.
Shooter has no part in it whatsoever, except he appears and in the end becomes his ally.
See, that's missing the mark. That's missing the mark. Maybe
That's what
I
I'm
don't want to
saying.
watch
That
this.
thing is stupid.
How the hell do you not have Shooter McGavin as the main antagonist?
How do you not have Shooter McGavin playing golf again? He doesn't play golf.
The Shooter McGavin Twitter page has kept Happy Gilmore alive in a cult classic for like the past 20 years when kids didn't even know what it was.
He's in a McDonald's commercial.
Shooter McGavin barely plays a part in this movie?
Barely.
And he's his buddy?
Barely plays a part, becomes an ally in the end.
Just want to...
Mike, why are you killing the plot? It's not even a freaking plot. There's not even a plot to kill. Come on, Adam. You're killing me with this. Loaded up with a bunch of cameos, and that's supposed to carry the movie?
That pisses me off. Like, I was looking forward to that. I thought it was going to be Shooter McGavin versus Happy.
Shooter's got no part in the whole scheme.
What a colossal waste of time.
Let's go back to the phones. We got Jake and Delco checking in. Jake, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jake.
Yeah, Mike.
What's up, Jake?
I want to know what you have against the Strathaven boys.
I love the Strathaven boys. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah?
I love Dan Connor.
Listen, my man B-Gun, he's the number one up-and-coming voice in Philly talk radio, man.
Is that right? I didn't get that memo.
Yeah?
when did they circulate that memo?
What's up, B-Gun?
What's up, dude?
Is this guy a buddy of yours?
Jake, I went to high school with him.
Oh, you went to high school with him? All right.
Yeah. I went to a Dan Connor football camp once, and I hit him in the head with a football by accident, and he made us do up-downs for the rest of the day in 95-degree weather. So I got a grudge against Dan Connor. But other than that, Strathaven's the best.
He could have actually put the pads on and drilled you instead of making you do that, but, you know.
I think that would have been illegal. Child abuse.
That would have been a lawsuit. Oh, yeah, I got you.
So, Mike, I want to know at what point we got to fire Dombrowski, because I'm getting sick of nothing happening.
Here's where you have to fire him. If David Robertson is the only acquisition he makes and the Phillies fall short, there's no way he can continue. There's no way.
I hope you're right,
and
man.
the manager's probably going to get zipped, too.
I hope you're right.
Really? I mean, when you think about it, if you're going to tell me your only acquisition here is going to be a 40-year-old reliever who hasn't pitched in forever, then
Who we've had 3 times on our team and can't get it done.
Yeah, see,
it's a joke.
As my voice from the 17th assistant general manager chair, I would never have advocated signing David Robertson. Now I go, what? Okay. We're going to look, the week before, we're going to look at David Robertson throw. Okay. All right. I'm glad. I sent a couple scouts over there. At the tryout, he throws 88 miles an hour. I go, why? like why would you sign a guy who's 40 years old who's throwing 88 miles an hour? Well, he's gonna ramp up. Okay, what's he gonna ramp up to? 90? Where are you gonna ramp up to?
Yeah, apparently he didn't look the best in AAA either.
So why do you? He gave up 3 hits in 2 innings
and no run, but the outfielder threw out the guy at the plate. So, I mean, not the best.
Well, it's his first time out, Mike. Yeah, but he's 40, and he hasn't pitched in a while. When you're age 40, you know what your arm does? It doesn't get any stronger. It kind of like is idle. Your arm is idle. It's like an engine that hasn't been started for a long time.
Like, if you want to tell me David Robertson is the guy that goes out there and he's the sixth inning guy, fine. You know what I mean? Like, fine. But if you try to sell me on the move that he's the guy that's coming in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and he's going to go out there and win it for you, no way. No way. That cannot be the only move. That would be an embarrassment.
Yes. By the way, I got a trivia question for the people out there. Dick Allen, involving Dick Allen. You know, Dick Allen got really close to sports movie producer Mike Tollin, who's done a number of sports movies. Mike Tollin put him in two sports movies that I've seen. What are those two movies? See if we can get some activity on our text line or on our chat.
Chat's checking in. We got MBD saying, can you tell us what it was like seeing Hannes Wagner since you're such a baseball purist?
I never saw Hannes, but I'm familiar with his game.
First baseball card.
I never saw. Like the oldest I go back to was the Willie Mays, the Willie Mays era. And I was fascinated.
Some people say Willie Mays is the inspiration for the Bananas. That over-the-shoulder catch.
Oh, stop it.
That little kid who started the Bananas one day grew up and started a baseball empire.
Oh, please.
A cash
Let me ask you a
cow.
question. Have these players on the Bananas played at a high level? Have they been professional players?
Professional, no.
They have not. None of them have been professional players.
I'm
It's not
sure.
like
I'm sure some of
ex-minor
them
leaguers
have.
or something.
Some of them have. I know a lot of them are college guys.
Yeah, college players.
Yeah,
Good college
my
players.
guy Jimmy Bruno is trying out for him today, as a matter of fact. So shout out to them.
Really?
College ball player goes out there. Thought he was going to get an extra year, whatnot, with the whole COVID thing. Didn't work out. I think that's the way it is. A lot of guys that are trying
What's that guy's name?
Jimmy Bruno.
Jimmy Bruno.
My buddy. He's trying out for the Bananas today.
Oh, was he like close to getting signed or something?
Yeah, he played college ball. Didn't work out necessarily afterwards. Called an invite today. They're doing tryouts at Rutgers Camden.
They're doing tryouts today?
Yeah. Going to make the team.
Oh, my God. I have half a mind to go to the tryout.
They're doing it. Go over the bridge and watch. You're going to be impressed.
That would be the ultimate phony fugazi.
Listen, I can,
if I ripped up Savannah Bananas and I went to a tryout trying to make the team.
I can see it now. The Phils need that right-handed bat. They go across the bridge. They scout it from the Benjamin Franklin, and they find their Vince Papale.
Yeah. 610-632-097. I'd have to use a metal. Do they use metal bats?
No,
wood bats.
Wood, yeah.
Wood bats?
Can't kill somebody. They're athletes,
at
Mike.
At that level, they're not going to
Come on.
They're not killing anybody at that level. There should be metal bats in that because they could hit Titanic home runs.
They would kill a kid in the crowd.
Oh, they would. 610-632-0975. We're back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phils failed to sweep over the weekend. I'm Brendan Gunn with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies' attempt for a sweep was spoiled yesterday by the Yankees. They lost 4-3. Zach Wheeler got the start. He did not look like himself. He allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Hit a few batters, just did not have his command all game long. That loss puts the Phils a game and a half behind the Mets for first place in the NL East. The Phils continue that road trip tonight against the Chicago White Sox. First pitch is tonight at 7:40. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound. On a positive note from yesterday, Phils legend Dick Allen was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Eagles continued training camp today. A couple of guys that were out there on the field include Jalen Carter for the first time all training camp long. He was listed as limited today with that shoulder injury. Drew Makuba was out. Devontae Smith was out. Hopefully nothing too serious there. One guy that could be serious this year is offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. He spoke to the media over the weekend and said having nearly every single starter on offense from last year back is opens up a lot as a play caller.
Yeah, I think it really helps, right? Because you're always building on what we've done from the past. And you can push the envelope as far as like, hey, let's try this off of that because we've been doing this for a while. So
this update was brought to you by the local Ream Pro partners at thereamteam.com. When you want your home to feel like a dream, it has to be Ream. Stay cool with the high-efficiency AC system from Ream, RHEEM. Find your Ream Pro partner at thereamteam.com. I'm Brendan Gunn, and you're listening to the home of the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Show 97.5, The Fanatic. Phillies tonight with Christopher Sanchez going, and the Phillies are a monster favorite tonight against the lousy Chicago White Sox. They take 2-3 from the Yankees, so that's good. Even though yesterday, Zach Wheeler with his second kind of flat start. That's 2 in a row now. I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's certainly, I'm not going to worry about Wheeler like I worry about the likes of like the Ranger Sanchez of the world. Yesterday, he hit 2 batters. He walked 2 batters. His command was not good. Phillies' first 5 hitters yesterday were 2 for 20. That's not good either. But in any event, the trade deadline, the latest rumor is that the Phillies are interested in Eugenio Suarez, and that would put Kyle Schwarber in left field because he'd be the DH. Bone will be back at third base. Then we'll put Suarez at third base. He would be the DH. So as long as they improve their offense, I'm okay. If it's the only thing they do, I'm not that satisfied. I think they got to do both. But with Suarez, Braden, what's your name? Braden? Brendan.
Nice to meet you, Micah.
Braden? Is it Braden?
You got it, Matthew.
What is it, Braden? Braden, let me ask you the question. Would that be enough for you on an acquisition?
Just Suarez?
Yes.
I think that's the biggest needle mover for me right now.
Really?
Like, I don't know. Class A's off the market. Batista's off the market. Duran's probably not getting moved from Minnesota. What are you going to get? Hensley from the Cardinals? Like, that doesn't do enough for me. I would like that. I would probably love that. But right now, if you're looking at ways to improve your team, I think Suarez is probably the guy that does the most for you, even if your bullpen is still trash, well below average. I think if you have the top of your order with Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, and Suarez, like, that's to be put up against any other lineup in Major League Baseball from 1 to 4.
So you would rely on a little more thump in the lineup and your starting pitching, and just cross your fingers about the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you can't. If you go out there, go up 7-0 early in the game, and you have Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler on the mound, I think that's your best way to win the way the market is kind of unfolding in Major League Baseball right now. The pieces aren't getting moved. If Suarez is going to be moved, and you think he is because it would be idiotic of Arizona to hold on to him, who else is a big fish out there?
You better hope you have a lead. Who gets you through 9 outs? Who gets you the last 9 outs of a game?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because you got Orion Kerkering.
Okay, but Kerkering gets you through an inning.
And Strom.
Strom gets you through an inning and leaves 3 more outs, by the way.
You have to pray. It's Robertson. Like, you have to pray. And I'm not sold on him like you. Like, I'm really not.
So it would be Robertson, Kerkering, Strom, Kerkering.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever you got.
You got to hope guys stand on top of their heads.
That's all you got right there.
You got to hope guys stand on top of their heads. You got to hope Tanner Banks can go out there and give you something in the postseason. He's shown flashes
so here it
of
is.
whatever.
7th inning, Tanner Banks, David Robertson. 8th inning, either Kerkering or Strom. 9th inning, either Strom or Kerkering. That's what you got.
Yeah, and you'd like to add.
You think you can win with that?
I think you have a better shot to win if you go out there and get Suarez, improve this lineup, and have the starting pitching as a 1-2 kind of punch, than going out there and getting a middle-of-the-pack reliever instead of nobody. Like, if that's your only move. If you're only getting a middle-of-the-pack reliever and you're leaving the lineup the same, or you're getting a kind of guy you can still platoon again because we need another one on this team, I think your best bet to walk that tightrope is to get a lineup that can mash and pair it with your starting pitchers based on what's unfolding on the trade market.
All right, I want to throw that out to the people. I want you to picture this because I don't think people have really zeroed in on this. If they don't get another bullpen piece, but they do get a bat, would that be enough for you to say they'll be okay? One bat in the lineup, a right-handed slug bat with good starting pitching, gets you through this to the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of a very important playoff game. Do you then have enough to close out the game? You better be up 5-2.
Yeah, I mean,
you better be up 5-2.
The issue is, like, who's out there that it can really drastically change this bullpen? Like, who's out there that can fix that? The way the market's kind of unfolded, I think Suarez is that big piece out there that's going to be moved. I don't know who else is. You're getting Major League Baseball's RBI leader in that case. You're getting another guy that's on pace for 50-plus home runs from the right-hand side. You got a guy that's on pace for 50-plus from the left-hand side. And Harper smashed in the middle between those two guys. Like, that's a lineup that's to be feared. Now, if you get to the bottom of that and you got, I don't know, Stott, who else would still be down there? Like JT, I know he's been swinging it all right lately, but you got to hope you mash and you outscore people, and then your starting pitchers can go 7 innings. It's not going to be an easy task to get a World Series done.
I don't think it's realistic to think that your starters are only going to get through 7 innings.
No, that's not realistic. But you got to hope guys can come through like a Scott Air in 2008. Like, can Tanner Banks go out there and be that lefty that's crafty like that? Can get you an inning here or there. Like, you need guys to stand on their heads.
Stand on their heads. All right. Did we get any answers to the Callan trivia question?
Let's see. Dick Allen, 2 movies. We got somebody checking in saying Pulp Fiction.
No, he wasn't in Pulp Fiction.
And Terminator 2.
No, he wasn't in Terminator. Favorite sports movies.
Dreamer and Summer Catch.
There you go. Dreamer and Summer Catch is correct. Summer Catch. Did you see Summer Catch?
No.
Oh, you never saw Summer Catch?
No. When
Freddie
did it come
Prinze
out?
Jr. and Jessica Biel?
Freddie Prinze Jr., the guy from Scooby-Doo?
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jessica Biel. Freddie Prinze Jr. was a left-handed pitcher pitching in the Cape Cod League in Massachusetts, and Jessica Biel was the rich girl that he was pursuing.
Newish. 90s?
It was 2001.
Whatever happened to that Freddie Prinze Jr.?
I don't know what happened to him. That's a good question.
He was in everything when I was growing up.
That was not a bad movie, Summer Catch.
Summer Catch, I got to check it. Dick Allen pops up. What is Dick Allen?
Dick Allen's a scout. He's a scout in the movie, scouting Freddie Prinze Jr.
There you go. I got to check that out. We do have somebody checking in, though, on the Suarez move. He said, I would love that Suarez move. I think it would clearly put this offense over the top, maybe the best in the National League at the top of the order right there with the Dodgers. However, they have to get a bullpen arm. That's non-negotiable.
Okay.
Does a bullpen arm exist?
I think it is.
A game-changing
There's
one.
a bullpen arm that you have to acquire that's better than David Robertson.
That's
correct. Let's face it. If you're a general manager, you can't possibly not bring a guy better than David Robertson.
Yeah, I mean, that's a starter, but it's like, what does that get you?
It makes you better. If you're adding somebody of decency, it's going to make your whole overall picture better, isn't it?
I still think you're asking a lot out of your starters. Like, yes, you get somebody better than Robertson. Maybe you get a 6th, 7, 8, 9 kind of rotation out of your bullpen or whatnot. But, like, you're still asking guys, they have to be perfect in that case. Like, this bullpen is that bad.
Listen, any bullpen piece you have that's akin to what you have now, your top guys, if you get me a relief pitcher that's as good as Strom or Kirkring or even, I don't know.
Does that exist?
Yeah, they exist.
Right now on the market.
Yes, they exist. You find them. You find somebody.
I don't
you find
know,
somebody who's
like-
got good velocity, who maybe is underused and is a surplus in somebody's bullpen. That's what general managers do. They have a list. They got big boards.
Are they going to be able to go out there and get a move like that?
I think yes, I think they can. Yes, I think they can.
And you would do that over the Suarez thing? Obviously, in a perfect world, we need both. Like, we're both on that level.
Yes, I would do it over the Suarez thing. I think it's more incumbent for them to get a bullpen piece than it is a hitter. You never know what that lineup's going to be like in the playoffs. So far, in the past, they've come up short. But they could just as well get hot. So is their lineup good enough? It doesn't seem to be good enough right now, but they're not bad. They're not a bad offensive lineup when guys are cooking. So the bullpen piece I know is depleted. They don't have enough in that bullpen to get them 9 outs in important games. You have to get 9 outs.
Got somebody checking in that's not too happy with Dombrowski. He says, why does this jackass Dombrowski always have to wait till the 11th hour to make a freaking move? He's going to kill me with this. Please just do it before the trade deadline so I can go to bed at night.
Oh, I don't know. Some teams are active before trade deadline. Most of them wait till the trade deadline anyway, because you never know what you got to have teams that decide whether they're buyers or sellers. So they want to exhaust it to the last possible day. That's why you're not making those moves early.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get anybody. Time makes the pressure come and then it makes the deals go through. We also got somebody checking in saying, Mike, I really cannot believe it. You used to be so progressive with everything. How do you not like the Bananas? And how do you not like Happy Gilmore too? They're both lighthearted things. They shouldn't be taken serious.
First of all, the movie stinks. All right. Second of all, I am for progress in real baseball. I'm an advocate of the laser strike zone. I'm an advocate of the ghost runner to make the game speedier. I'm an advocate of all the changes they've made to real baseball. Yes, I'm progressive when it comes to the real game, not the fake game.
We got Dawood checking in saying, thank you, Bananas. The game is growing because of you.
Dawood is one of the most sarcastic people we have out there. So, yeah, I know where he was going with it.
I don't know. He seems to be a fan of the Bananas because how could you not be?
We're going to take a break. We got Scott who wants to talk about some sports movies in a second. But I couldn't believe it. They waived Ricky Council the fourth, right? Does that deserve a big newspaper story? There was
two.
Listen, I love Keith Pompey. Keith, yo, what is up with that, Keith? Does that really deserve an entire newspaper story if they release Ricky Council the fourth? Come on, man. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Philadelphia Unions.
If Suarez is the only guy they get, I have to be okay with Kyle Schwarber playing left field. Now, I think they need a bullpen piece more, but if they get Suarez, I'm not going to be discontented because I got to then judge on how they're going to be with Schwarber playing left field. Suarez is the DH. I think there'll be a better offense. Will it be enough to overcome the fact that they really will struggle to get 9 outs to win games? That remains to be seen. All right, let's go back to the phones. We got Scott in Belmont. Scott, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Scott?
How you doing? I just wanted to say, if we're going to talk about big, memorable sports movies, we got to go with Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
I feel like it's one of the most iconic sports movies out there.
It's the top 5 for me.
Top 5.
Remember the Titans.
I just can't talk for too long, but I just wanted to bring up Happy Gilmore 2. Biggest letdown movie I think I've ever seen.
So you were anticipating it being good.
I wasn't anticipating it being good. I wasn't anticipating it being that bad though.
No, that was exactly my feeling when I sat down to watch it. It's first of all, it's a Netflix movie, right? Which I thought was a little strange that they wouldn't have released that in a major theater. But they got the Netflix situation going, and I agree. I say, I'll go into this with an open mind. I thought Happy Gilmore 1 was fun. Let's see how this one goes. And I was flabbergasted at how bad it was. I really was.
So was that. It wasn't as funny. I don't know what was going on with the beginning. I mean, it just wasn't that good. It's like they tried to modernize a classic movie.
Now, let me ask you a question. The woman that played the PR person in 1 and now was in 2, did it look remotely like the same person?
They looked alike because they both looked like blondes, but that was not the same person.
It couldn't have been the same person.
Yes, thank you. I said when I was watching it.
That's the first thing I thought. I go, wait a minute. They're showing pictures of 1 when he was with her in 1, and then they go, I go, that's the kid. It's not the same woman.
Exactly. What was funny though was his actual wife was in the movie. Same with his 2 daughters.
Yes. Yeah, his wife was the dance instructor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right, Scott. Thank you.
It was great talking to you. Great to connect.
All right, Scotty. What would be your top 5 sports movies?
Top 5? Oh, Miracle on Ice has to be there.
Miracle's pretty good.
I loved Coach Carter growing up. Now, I don't think that's objectively a top 5 sports
Damian
movie.
Carter has some game. Damian Carter, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. How do you know the light between the darkness? Like, whatever that big speech was, I was like, that fired me up as an 11-year-old. I made my dad watch it with me as an 11-year-old, and then they get to the scene with the Shanti and that guy, and the thong comes out. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Why did I just make my dad watch this with me? Remember the Titans would probably have to be on there. The Big Green, old Disney movie. Classic for the kids. Little Giants. I kind of put them in the same category.
Oh, my God. See, now you're becoming you again.
What the hell's wrong with those movies? Does everything have to be so serious?
Do you remember The Natural at all? Do you remember Hoosiers? Do you remember Bull Durham?
Yeah, Field of Dreams.
No, Field of Dreams not a sports movie. Remember the Titans, Miracle, The Natural, Bull Durham, Moneyball, way underrated, and Hoosiers.
You like Moneyball?
I love Moneyball.
Top 5. I think it's a great movie.
I put it in a top 5, but I got a problem because I got 6 here. I just gave you 6. I don't know which one to eliminate. Natural is by far the one that I like the most because it makes me cry.
Sandlot has to be top 5.
No,
Sandlot's top 5.
No.
Sandlot's the best baseball movie of all time.
No, Sandlot's silly.
Sandlot's way
talking
better.
about movies with substance here. All right? Remember, the Titans has substance. Miracle has substance. The Natural has substance. Bull Durham's a little, hokey, but it's fun. And Moneyball it was solid. And Hoosiers is an all-time classic.
Hoosiers is great. It's no Sandlot. Sandlot.
Hoosiers is not a top 5 for you?
Nah, it's before my time.
Well, who cares? It's before your time. There's a lot of movies that are before your time. The Godfather's before your time. It's the best movie that was ever made.
Never seen it. Why do I need to see that one?
I can't do it.
Any movie that the sequel is better than the original.
The sequel wasn't better than the original.
People argue that.
Idiots argue that.
People argue that.
The sequel is not as good as the original.
Sequels suck. So if there's an argument to be made by some people that the sequel is better than the original can't be that great either. Capiche?
First of all, The Godfather, Godfather 2 are probably top 5 movies of all time. Now, I don't have The Godfather 2 in my top 5 movies. But I have Godfather 1 as the number 1 movie of all time. You can't have Godfather. You wouldn't have Sonny. Sonny wouldn't be in number 2. Salazzo isn't in number 2. You got to have these characters.
Sonny is what? James Caan?
Yes.
Caan, however you say his name?
Caan.
Caan from Delco. It doesn't matter. Alshon Jeffries
And
is still a real person.
his son is in Varsity Blues. Did you like Varsity Blues?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. It's on all the time. It was on CMT last night.
The hell CMT? The country music television?
Television.
The hell's that doing on country music television?
They play that on country CMT all the time. Country music television.
You're telling me Varsity Blues is
Varsity Blues is on all the time on that station.
That makes no sense.
It's country. It's kind of country. They're in West Texas.
I guess. High school football, they live for it.
Jonathan Moxon? Come on, man. Bubba?
Whipped cream.
Bubba? No, not Bubba. Billy. What was his name? The big line.
The fat guy, yeah.
What's his name?
It was the same guy from Remember the Titans, wasn't it?
Billy Bob. No, it wasn't the same guy.
It was just another big fat white guy?
No, it's Billy Bob.
We got a couple people checking in on our text line. They want to know, did you see the Embiid story? We had a couple of those checking in throughout the day. The Keith Pompey thing yesterday.
The Embiid story.
Or Keith Pompey was on Sirius
where he
XM.
said we've seen the last of him.
Yeah, a couple of people wanted your thoughts on it.
Oh, I've said that all along. That we've seen the best of him. It's not going to get any better. It'll never get any better than what we've seen with Joel Embiid. It's a shame, but let's be realistic. You actually think he's going to have a resurgence with all his injuries and his age creeping up on him, that he's going to get fresher? It's impossible. So we've seen the best of him.
Have we seen him be is he even going to be a force anymore?
Yeah, I mean, listen, for the 30 games he'll play. He'll have some good games. 40 at the most he'll play. But we've seen the best of him as far as the dominant player for every game.
That sucks. That sucks.
That's the way it works sometimes.
Somebody checking in saying, I think the bat has to be the piece they get at the deadline, the Phils, that is, because there's pieces in the starting rotation that can be added to the bullpen. Middleton spoke about it the other day, saying the regular season bullpen is not the same as a postseason bullpen.
There's only one guy that positions as a bullpen guy, Luzardo.
And he can't pitch out of the damn stretch.
And he has problems out of the stretch. He's the one guy that profiles as a relief pitcher. You're not going to do it with Ranger. You're certainly not going to do it with Sanchez, although Sanchez would be lights out as a bullpen piece. But the way he's pitching as a starter, you can't do that to him. You got to have him in game 2.
And that's counting on Aaron Nola coming back and being...
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I count on Aaron Nola. I think he's going to be fine when he comes back.
You think so?
Yep.
No,
I do. I think all this rest has been good for him. I think he gets worn down a little bit too.
I lean that way, but can you count on it? It's been an every other year kind of thing with Aaronola. This is the year he's supposed to stink. Now, that doesn't mean anything, technically speaking, from the past every other year, whatever.
I think the layoff is really going to help him. I really do.
But he always kind of...
I think he's going to be strong.
I hope so. I hope so. We'll see.
Listen, he's going to be their fourth starter. So, in a best of 3, the first series is what you have to get by, right? You get by the first series, you're going to have to... Right now, you have to play it in Chicago.
That's the way it was. I don't know if it still is over the weekend. But, yeah, heading into the weekend, it was. But does Topper do the thing where he goes righty-lefty, where Nola would then be the third starter?
I don't think he would do that. I think he'd come back with Ranger.
That's counting on Ranger to finish up strong, too.
Yeah, it's iffy. And the Wheeler thing is cross your fingers now. 2 bad starts in a row. Let's go to Kalai, who's in Wilmington. Kalai, what's up?
Mr. Miss, how you doing, buddy?
How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. I like the topics today.
Thank you. We're all over the place today.
It is.
So I'm working with a goofball. That's why.
Is it Brendan or Brandon?
I think it's Braden.
It is Brendan.
I think it's Braden. I'm calling him Braden from now
on. Couple quick things, and then I really want to talk about the bananas thing.
Yes, sir.
And I said I wouldn't say this, but I want to touch on the bananas. First, the thing about Happy Gilmore, what do you... Because his antagonist was not in this one. He just kind of made an appearance or something, right?
Yeah, he did. Shooter.
So what would you think, one of my favorite golf movies, if they brought in Rory McIlroy or David Sims and they played humorous?
So Tin Cup, they bring him in? Yeah. That actually would have been interesting. But they probably didn't want to give any pub to those movies. So,
yeah.
You know, I didn't get the shooter thing. He's in a home, and he's nuts, and Happy drove him nuts. But when he gets out, you would think that there would be some kind of grudge match where they would face up each other again, and instead they made him an ally. I didn't understand the writing there.
Yeah, I was called in to play the big crazy dude who passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, you were? They wound up giving the part to Boban Marjanovic?
I'm 5'7"3/4", and I was out of town. And I was like, oh, I definitely want to play that character, but it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I used to work for Mike Tolan in L.A.
Oh, okay.
I did some editing on Summer Catch, which is one of the films.
That's what we just talked about, Summer Catch. I love Summer Catch. Love
And,
Jessica
I think
Biel.
Dreamer was the other one, right?
Yeah, Dreamer with Dick Allen was in, yes.
Yeah. So now to the Bananas.
Do me a favor. If you know Tolan, have him call. I'd love to talk to him. I'd love to interview him about Dick
I
Allen.
call him, yeah. I worked at Nickelodeon for years as a writer and actor, and I would see him all the time at TRP, Total Robbins Productions. So
Yeah, if you ever shoot him an email, say I'm a big fan.
because I have all the VHS tapes that he produced for the Phillies
Oh,
before he moved to
he was
Hollywood.
a major Philly guy. Yep.
Yeah. So 2 names,
Mm-hmm.
Satchel Paige, Wilt Chamberlain. What does that mean to you in regards to the Bananas?
Well, Wilt Chamberlain played with the Globetrotters.
Yes.
That's the connection.
And that's basically what I think this is, the Globetrotters.
Yeah, it is. It's baseball Globetrotters. But I'd say, like, you can do more Globetrotter tricks with basketball. Basketball lends itself more to that than baseball does.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my only
yeah.
thing. And I think it just cheapens baseball to the point where I don't like to see it cheapened. So.
And, you know, I play semi-pro still, and I'm old. But it was more Pistol Pete kind of stuff that they were doing.
Yeah, yeah. Now Satchel Paige, well, I don't know where your connection was because he had the wind up, he had the silly wind up and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, but you remember the film, the Bingo Long Travelers All Stars?
Yeah, with Billy D. Williams.
Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams,
Yeah.
And so that was real, and Satchel Paige was the head of that team.
Oh.
And they would do all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
And he's Satchel Paige.
Yeah.
But they needed to make
get
money.
it. I hear you.
That's all. That's what I
Yeah.
want to call in about.
All right, Clyde. Good talking to you as always. Clyde's a good man.
Nickelodeon.
He's an actor too. He got.
I just looked him up.
He's in that Cure Auto commercial.
Is he?
Yeah.
Schwarber, all that.
He's next to somebody who asked the question.
Got somebody checking in on the YouTube chat reminding me, how could I forget one of my favorite movies? David Dewar brought it to my attention. Air Bud. Has to be top 10. Air Bud and Rudy. He was on sides. He blocked the kick. Come on, Rudy Rudiger.
All right. Rudy might be the 3rd worst movie I've ever seen.
Behind Little Nicky and Happy Gilmore
Little
2.
Nicky and Happy Gilmore 2. Rudy would probably be 3rd.
Why?
No, it's not. It's not terrible. It's just so Notre Dame hokey. It's just so ridiculous.
It's generational.
It's Notre Dame.
Makes you want to
hokey.
run through a wall.
I know you're Mr. Notre Dame.
It's the best.
And why are you Mr. Notre Dame? What's the connection? You went there?
I'm Irish.
Oh no, you didn't go there. Oh,
And I'm Catholic.
you're Irish and you're Catholic. That's the connection.
We got at least 4 Notre Dames in Delco.
So I'm Italian and Catholic. So we'd root for Spaghetti U.
Yeah,
That
if it existed.
guy would have to be a fan of Rigatoni University.
Yes. If it existed. Come on.
Give me more text before we get out of here. The last day with you.
We got Neil Dever checking in saying his top 5 movies are kind of similar to yours, as a matter of fact. Remember the Titans? Hoosiers? The Natural? Bill Durham? Field of Dreams he puts in it, though. You said it's not a sports movie?
I hate Field of Dreams. I hate it. It's not a sports movie.
Well, somebody mentioned Major League. Top 5 for you?
No, Major League's not top 5. It's too silly to be top 5. But it's it's enjoyable to watch.
What else? We got somebody checking in saying this person doesn't understand the Suarez move, so maybe you can straighten it out for him. How does signing or trading for a third baseman make you have to put Schwarber in left field? Bohm would just go to first.
No,
It's not how it works.
Bryce Harper would play first. They're not going to move Bryce Harper. So Bohm would still play third base. That Suarez's only position would be DH because Schwarber has played left field in the past. So that's how Schwarber would be a left fielder. Right, you got that one?
That adds up pretty easy to me.
Yeah, I don't understand what he
I don't know how you missed that one. Somebody checks in. I got to get out of here on this. Said, if you can't recognize the Bananas separate themselves from baseball as a whole right now, you're hopeless.
I guess I'm hopeless. I love baseball as a serious sport. And so I guess I'm hopeless to not want it to be jazzed up with nonsense.
It's not nonsense. It's great stuff.
Total nonsense. Stay tuned because Unfiltered is coming up. Bill Colarulo and Ricky Metallico and Savannah Kelleher. They should be fun to listen to today. I don't know what Bill's going to be talking about today that's going to irritate me, but I'm sure it's something. Thanks, Braden. I appreciate you.
You got it, Matthew.
All right, man. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. Take care. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.